mom.
What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options. I can pass that like Stockton. Just joshing. I'm spending this holiday locked in. My body got rid of them toxins. Sports in the top 10. I can put the ball in the end zone, put a bad bitch in the friend zone. This shit sound like an intro jet song, give me that tempo. Told Pooh he a fool with the shit. Told her don't let her friends know. In the Ville and I move like a dime. Eating fettuccine at Vincenzo's. Me and my amigos got that free smoke on the West Coast. Yeah, I'm talking
Well, this is episode 100 of Cowboy Shit with Ted and Wacey. I'm Ted. He's Wacey. And I just realized that I have that song in my music laptop, but it is not safe to play at family events. Not
Why?
Gonna need. Cause I think he says "bish" like 3 or 4 times.
Sure? Man, they play Crazy Bitch on the radio. They play WAP on the radio.
Yeah, but they don't put the P thing.
Yeah,
in
but
there.
it's wet and gushy. Like,
yeah,
that's fuck. That's
Read
worse.
between the
That's
lines.
actually worse, man.
Read between the lines, I suppose.
I don't know. I don't. It's 2021. Anyways, our podcast is called Cowboy Sh.
That's true. That's true. I'm just saying I can't play that song at events. That was my point.
But it depends. You could play. You could have played at Grey Eagle.
Yeah, that's true. But that was 18 plus.
There's getting to be more and more of those around the world.
That's true.
But
That's
hey,
true. Hey,
100 episodes.
Yeah,
we did
100
it.
episodes. Thanks for listening this long, folks. We appreciate it. It's been a fun ride. We appreciate you tuning in, even if you listen to one or all 100.
Or just this one.
Or just this one. Yeah, that's what I said. All or the one. Or just this one. Or whatever. Anyways, we appreciate it. Thanks for being with us this long. It's been a fun ride.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy that time has passed.
It is
quickly.
so crazy, Wacey. It is so crazy.
It is so crazy.
So crazy.
It's wild. I remember the first time we sat down for this. We had these little mics with the little thingies, and we had
the pop filters.
We had no idea what we were doing. We dropped probably like 75 F-bombs.
Yeah, maybe more.
And,
it might have been. We might have said "fuck" more than any other word on the show.
we said who told us, or Shaun mentions it, how we were basically using it as a comma.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
He actually says that later in the show. So thanks for giving that one away. It's okay, I guess.
And sorry, cancel the show.
We're gonna have to re-record.
But it's been cool, man. It's been really sweet to see where this all has went.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you had told me like 4 years ago when you came into my bedroom, like we've talked about a few times. That
like we will talk about a few times.
But even like we've talked, I'm sure we've mentioned it a few times over the years. But I've been like, yeah, okay, whatever you say, dude. But it's just like it's cool, man. It's sweet now, and like even like we've talked about the past few episodes, like people coming up to us and being like, "Oh, are you like Ted or Wacey from the show or whatever?" And seeing people wear the gear, like it's super cool, man. We really appreciate the support.
Thanks for being with us for 100 shows. That's all I'm gonna really say. I appreciate you being with us this long. We had no intentions of going this long or going for a certain amount of time or anything. We just wanted to do a fun show and do cool shit. I wanted to keep it consistent, do it every couple of weeks. I wanted to have something that people could rely on. And other than that, I just wanted to do something a little different. There hadn't been many show like podcasts in the Western business that were really kind of diving deep and doing it consistently, and that was a goal, just to have a longer form interview be something that was part of the show. And then we added our parts in where Wacey and I would mess around and talk pre and post show and
shit most time.
Yeah, talk about stupid shit most time, but like put a lighter side to it. So you kind of got some lighter side, but you also you've also got some of the serious interview side of it, and makes it entertainment, educational, and
it's giving you access to people that you wouldn't have access to for the most part, like maybe you do, maybe you don't, but it's just like you get to see these people on another level than your generic interviews that most even you see them on TV or like newspapers or magazines or websites or blogs, whatever it may be. It's a different look at who people are and their stories and their journeys, and I'm thankful to be able to deliver that to people who listen to the show. It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool, man. Really pretty cool.
What's been a highlight for you over the past
highlight on the show?
Episodes? Yeah, what's been a highlight?
Larry the Cable Guy right around my birthday. That was a highlight for sure. As far as the show goes, landing him as a guest was big time. I thought that was pretty outstanding. That is the highlight for me. That one and having I guess I shouldn't say the highlight, because getting Ron McLean on the show, Coulter Wall, having my buddy Cor Blund on a few shows, That's all. They've all been highlights. There's a lot of highlights, having the great conversations all along the way. I remember one time we in one of these phone calls we were going to get to, Brett Gardiner was on the 22nd show. And I remember doing one where we did the show and I just wasn't happy with it. I thought we could do better. And I was like, Brett, I think we have to do that again. Like, we recorded an entire show.
Yeah, we did.
And then I remember one time, I don't know if you even were able to make it, but
no, because I was away.
You were doing something else. So I recorded another show entirely with Brett because I thought the first one didn't go well. And we literally did it again. So there's some of the stuff we've recorded that's never aired yet. So, I mean, I guess there's more to it than some folks might think, but we're just doing a show and we're just having fun with it. So it's not as crazy as a person might think. We're just, all I want to do is, like I said, put out a show every couple of weeks and educate, entertain. And there might be another cool E word, but I might get to that next time. But education and entertainment.
Exaggerate a bit.
Yeah, that's a good one, right? There's definitely some exaggeration on this shit. Got that right.
A little oxymoron. That's what it is.
I don't know.
Extreme exaggeration. I remember that from English class.
Well, you asked me about my highlight. What's your highlight? Then we'll.
Man, one of my favorite things that we've done in this whole thing was the day we just set the gear up at the bar in the Ramada in Saskatoon, and just
that was a lot of fun.
Crushed out like a couple of awesome interviews with Jess Lockwood and James Foley and then Bear and Justin. Like, man, that was so fun.
I did.
We just grabbed some beers. And
I would have liked to drink a beer. We had to work that day, but
I had a beer.
You had a beer, but you weren't working.
Yeah, I was cracking latches, bro.
Okay.
The danger zone. I was in the danger zone big time.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta have a beer to get your mind right around that though.
But yeah, that was really cool. And even getting to chat like with some good buddies like Oren Larson, Jared Parsonage, Dakota, like all the guys we've grown up with rodeoing and getting to visit with them. Like, it's cool to share stories from when like we rodeo together and show them to people who are listening.
Well, thanks, Wacey, for sharing your highlights of the show so far. And I gotta say, one of my other highlights is you doing your ad reads. So let's get to that.
So, as we all know, autumn's in the air.
Yeah, it is.
The pumpkins are in the patch. And our friends at Manscaped are here to make sure you don't carve your pants pumpkins. Because we've all been there, man. I've been there. You've been there. You're a little too close. You're trying to get down to the wood, down to the skin of the pumpkin.
I just grew bush for a long time.
Yeah, like,
I didn't fuck with my family jewels because I didn't want to cut them.
You don't want to cut the bush.
I just went long bush for a long time.
So
but
you know what I'm saying.
But I no longer have to have a huge bush because
you can keep yourself fresh for the fall. And boys, cuffing season's coming up, and let me tell you, they don't want any part of it if you got a bush.
Oh, really?
So. No, but like, it's not the 70s, not the 80s. Bush is out.
I thought Bush is back.
Bush is not back. Bush is not back.
That's
Bush
a
is
lie?
not back.
That's a myth.
So our friends at Manscaped are keeping everybody fresh this fall. They're the leader in men's grooming, and they are here with their new 4th generation performance package. Boys, you want to get ready for this. Leap into fall with Manscaped. Join 2 million men worldwide using Manscaped by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping. And that shipping gets you, like, I ordered a record today and the shipping was an extra $20. So a $30 record ended up being like almost $60 after tax and everything.
Whoa, that ain't cool, man.
Yeah. But anyways, I'll spend my money on that shit. But anyways, free shipping, 20% off worldwide, code HUGEBUSH at manscaped.com. You want to use this stuff. It's great.
Promo code HUGEBUSH.
We've got the Lawnmower 4.0. We got the Weed Whacker, whatever 0.0 it is. I think, is it a 4.0 too?
Look at my nose hair.
Man, it's great.
My nose hairs is short.
I've never been so carefree when shaving my nuts, as we've talked before. So anyways, head to manscaped.com, get your Manscapes. It's an awesome product. Code HUGEBUSH. 20% off, free worldwide shipping. Make it happen, boys.
It is a real promo code. If you type in HUGEBUSH at manscaped.com, you will get 20% off. It's a real code.
If you want to be like us and
have no bush,
have fresh pumpkins downstairs.
Fresh pumpkins.
The great pumpkin.
If you want to have clean potatoes.
If you want to clean your gourds.
Oh, dear. Hey, wait, so what our other sponsor?
Our friends at the Circle 4 Beverage Company. They've been with us for a few months now, which has been pretty cool. They're an Alberta company,
the makers of ranch water and sweet water.
Locally owned. They source their products mostly locally.
Except for that tequila. There's no
tequila,
many,
yeah.
There's not many Alberta tequila factories.
There's not many tequila dealers in Alberta. But anyways, it's great. You can find it like most liquor stores around the province now. In Saskatchewan, I think they're in BC maybe too.
Are they?
I know their presence in Saskatchewan is growing. So check them out. Circle 4 Ranch Water on social media with their website, circle4beverages.ca.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ranchwater.ca.
Ranchwater.ca. Yeah, check them out. They're awesome people.
This can brewed and packaged at Hell's Basement Brewery in Medicine Hat, Alberta.
So it's a great local product. It's technically it's still summer until the 22nd. So today. So you still have it's still the official drink of the summer.
Circle4beverages.com.
You're going to check it out.
One of the many websites.
Thanks to another one of our good partners who have been good to us over the past little while here. So
thank you.
Thank you to Manscaped and to Circle 4 Beverage Company.
Do you have anything else, Wace?
That's good for right now, man.
I got one more piece. So I've got a story. The other day it was just over the weekend, I guess, like over the last few days. And we're recording the show a little bit before the 22nd, but I got an email. There was somebody ordered 15 of the same hat, and it looked a little funny. I was like, this doesn't seem right. So I emailed the guy. His name was Craig Winbo, and I was like, hey, Craig, just checking to make sure you wanted 15 of these hats. And I've got to bring up the emails here. I said, hi, Craig, wanted to confirm you would actually like to have 15 of these caps for sure. I thought it might have been a mistake or something. And he says, yes, we do want 15 of them. Our son passed away September 1st, and this was his favorite hat. We're getting some in his honor to pass out to his family and friends. Thanks, Craig. So got that message, and it was really, honestly, it beat me up.
I was blown away, man. Yeah. I remember when you texted me about it. It's crazy that the small thing that we do and whatever has had an impact on somebody like that, and they take the time to honor their son in that way with something that's part of what we do. It blew me away. Like when you first messaged me about it, it's crazy to think that in a time like that they find that helps them kind of move forward and do whatever they need to do.
Yeah.
And it's tough. That stuff's never easy.
No, not at all. So I didn't know what else to do. We don't have the hats. Like we didn't have them. So I worked on it a bunch and made a bunch of calls, and I tracked a bunch down, but I wanted to call Mr. Winbo and reach out and just say I was so sorry. I wanted to do whatever I could to make things right. But so we're in the process of getting them all rounded up. They should be there by the time this show airs. But I don't know. When something like that happens, like I know what it was like when Ty passed away. Positive on it was just a wreck for everyone, and I can't imagine like his son. So Craig and his wife Kim, their son is Evan Winbo. He's the one that passed away on September 1st. Was wearing one of our hats. Was one of his favorite caps. He leaves behind a wife and 2 kids and another one on the way. Yeah. So our thoughts and prayers go out to Evan's wife, Jenny,
and their family and everybody. It can't be an easy time.
Yeah. And Kim and I don't know what else to say. I guess I just got to say, as far as things go, I said I wanted to do what I could on the side for Evan's family and whatnot. And I was speaking with Jenny today as well, and Craig and Kim, and Kim said there's no expectation for you to contribute, but if you wanted to, there's a trust fund set up for Evan and Jenny's kids, and donations can be made through the Haskett, which is HASKETT Funeral Home, Haskett Funeral Home. This is in Exeter, Ontario, or a direct e-transfer to Jenny with an I _Oliver at live.com. So
we'll be sure to include this in like the show notes and everything we put out.
Yeah. So we just wanted to put our thoughts out to the Winbo family.
Just let them know. Let them know we're thinking of them, and we love you guys, and we're sorry that's the way things have went. But we're here for you, and we're thinking of you guys.
All right, we'll be back with the rest of episode 100 after this.
You're listening to Cowboy Sh with Ted and Wacey, brought to you by Everything Cowboy.
Well, thanks for calling. Our first caller, Doug Young. Calgary Stampede. Yeah, made his Calgary Stampede debut this year.
Long overdue Calgary Stampede debut.
Yeah, on his birthday to boot. Hey, Doug, how cool was that to get Calgary on your birthday? Wasn't that the neatest?
Oh, that was really cool, and congratulations on the lead shows, guys. Wow.
Oh, thanks, Doug. I think you're one of the few folks that's actually listened to all of them, so I appreciate you calling in, taking the time.
Hey, wouldn't miss it for the world.
It's nice to have a legend in rodeo be a fan of what we're doing. It's pretty cool.
To kick it off, hey, isn't that impressive?
Well, hey, thanks.
It's so crazy. Like, we were talking in TP Creek, how everything's came full circle. I remember watching you as a kid when my dad was competing at rodeos, and then you announced when I was competing at rodeos, and now we've worked together at a bunch of rodeos. It's been a pretty cool journey that way to see it come full circle now.
Yeah, I'm really old, that's for sure.
Oh no, that's not what I was saying. Oh man. What are some of your favorite moments from over the years? You've been around rodeo for so long and been doing it. Like, you've seen a lot of rodeo history, especially in Canada. What are some of your favorite moments?
And I guess they saw rides that really didn't happen. One of the best I ever saw was Robin Burwash and Airwolf go at it one time, tooth and nail, the two of them. And it was at Lee Park, and I was up above in the announcer stand watching the whole thing. And to watch that horse go from side to side and that cowboy hang with him for that long, Rob Burwash made an outstanding ride, but he missed the horse out of the chute.
Oh, so, no way.
It was kind of all for naught, but it was an absolutely outstanding bareback ride. And I guess one of the best saddle bronc rides I ever saw was Tyler Craft one time on his war cry. Really? And they were both young, and the horse was absolutely outstanding, and so was Tyler for about 7.7 seconds. It was the trinest bronc ride I ever saw in my life. It was absolutely fantastic.
Oh wow! And so going back to the show too, Doug, we've tried to get you on a couple of times, and we haven't quite got it done yet.
Dodging us.
We haven't quite got it done yet, but we've got to get a plan going here at some point. But tell us about some of your favorite moments of the show so far. You listened to all of them. Have we got any better, or are we still terrible?
You guys are great. I really enjoyed the guests. I really enjoyed those moments looking back at talking about the best riders of all time and the best bull ride. It's very interesting, that's for sure.
Well, awesome. Well, I guess our next guest is here now too, Doug. So I guess we better let you get to your bull riding tonight, and have a great event, and we'll catch up again soon. Okay?
You bet, guys. Congratulations. Well done.
Hey, thanks, Doug.
Thanks,
Means
Doug.
a lot coming from you.
We'll catch you down the road, man.
Have a good show.
You bet. Thank you.
See ya.
Oh,
look at this guy.
Look who it is. I'm surprised they have high-speed internet that far into Saskatchewan.
Well, so, hey,
welcome.
So for those listening, this is our 100th episode. We're doing a call-in show. Just had our first guest, Doug Young, called in. Pretty big pleasure to have him on. Now our second guest, look at, he's repping the brand too. Cowboy Sh, Mr.
Another OG fan.
Yeah, Mr. Graham Stewart. Thanks for dialing in on the Zoom. And what Wacey was saying, I didn't think you guys had what'd you say there?
High-speed internet.
That far out, that far east, yeah.
When I went to the Labor Day Classic last weekend, my cell service and phone speed got significantly slower the closer I got to Regina. So,
yeah, well, and you packed 35,000 in there to watch that loss. I don't think he's cheered quite loud enough, Wace, but
man, it's so funny. I couldn't tell you one play from the football game.
I thought that might be the case.
Oh man, well, it's one of those things. I bumped into so many people I hadn't seen in so long. It was awesome. I saw like Ashton Lehman and Jill Switzer and Cal Kovansky there too. It was good to have a bullshit with them. But we were sitting in Pill Country and they don't have any audio coming into that area. I'm sure you if you've been in there. But yeah, you're so disengaged from the game if you're not like paying close attention to it. So
yeah, well, and there's lots of other things to pay attention to in Pill Country.
That's for sure, man. I'm so impressed by that stadium though. Anybody considering building a stadium in Canada should go and check how that's laid out because it's remarkable what they've done there.
Yeah, they did a heck of a job. I mean, I think, there's still some kinks being worked out and not having a year last year, hurt a little bit, but the guys that, run Regina Exhibition Association have lots of experience kind of across Canada and North America in stadiums like that, and they did a heck of a job. It kind of puts Regina on the map a little bit across Canada, puts you in the mix for, different concerts, different events. Be nice to see a rodeo on that turf.
Cool, hey? That'd be badass. One of the coolest things that I ever found out about the riders, I was in at Kingston, Ontario at the Queen Sport Industry Conference, and they put us into groups for one of the sessions, and they challenged us with finding a place where fanatics should go into with their next line of gear. So the group that I was in, we decided on the CFL. So we're doing some research on how merchandise sales are in the CFL. And I found that the Saskatchewan Rough Riders are the second most profitable franchise in Canada, next to the Montreal Canadiens.
No way.
Yeah.
I thought it was the Leafs, but yeah.
No, that the Leafs are first and the Riders are second. That's what he's saying.
No, it was the Canadiens were first. Off of that one, it was the Canadiens first. Yeah, which is crazy to me, but go Riders.
Well, boys, first off, congrats on 100 episodes. You guys have been, seeing it kind of from episode 1 to episode 100. You guys have got,
it's been quite the journey.
Yeah, I mean, the quality of just, your equipment's changed, but, the stories you've told since episode 1 to episode 100. I mean, I've listened to most of them, whether it's on the lawnmower, drinking beers or ranch waters. And just, it's been great to listen to you guys. Yeah, it gives somebody, a cowboy like me from Saskatchewan, I know you guys, but you've shot so high in your guests. It's been, a great run, outside of your genre has usually been my favorite episodes, the Ron McLean's and stuff. Not that he's not in our rodeo genre type thing, but it's just been, quite the thing to watch you guys in the last, what is it, 2.5 years or I don't know how long.
It's 4.5. It's almost 5.
December 2017 was our first show. So we're coming on 4 years, I think, here, which is crazy. Great. I mean,
I've had to stop the lawnmower so many times to laugh and if your buddy is going to make it out of his hostage situation. And so, it's
that's quite the story. Well, that's me, man. We really appreciate it, man. It's cool too to have I basically grew up around, my rodeo career was around you and your family and so many people. It's cool to see support from people back home and supporting us and listening to it. So we really appreciate it.
I guess we'll keep a tally so far. I've got 2 phone calls from Saskatchewan, 0 from Alberta.
Yeah.
Hey, the Saskies support the Saskies, man.
Yeah. Our buddy Robert Schmidt's headed to Mankato. I know he wanted to phone in, but he's got to announce tomorrow and
he's got to save his voice. Hey, he's a kind of a
diva. You
think
the service is bad 30 minutes outside of Regina. You've been to Mankato before, and you can understand he probably hasn't had cell service for half the journey.
Since he's not gonna have cell service all weekend, which is for some people that's a good thing. If you're gonna hang out in Mankato for a weekend, you can kind of get away with a few things and not have to pay any consequences. Well, I think last time I rode at Mankato, I won the bull riding and they had to drag me out of the beer gardens because I might have been sleeping somewhere. I may have overserved myself.
I was going to say, you do need to sometimes have cell service. At least the beer gardens is on the hill because sometimes you need help out of that joint. But it's a great rodeo. The CCA had a, pretty good year considering, I sat on the board there for a long time and something that I always pretty proud of. And I think, it's the premier, amateur association in the country. Right. And they're trying hard. I mean, I was in government through last year when people are trying to have rodeos and trying to figure out how they could do it. And, I tried to work with everybody that I could, but it just got tough. Right. And I hated
so many hoops to jump through at that point to make anything happen.
Right. And, so many other sports that are trying to do the same thing. And, you get lumped in a little bit with, sports that are different than us, but I'm glad it worked out for them this year and they're going to have their finals here in a couple of weeks and should be good.
That's awesome. That's good. Is it outdoors or indoors?
Outside.
Outside.
Current.
Nice.
Speedy Creek.
So being an avid listener that you have been, minus Kidnapped in Istanbul, what are some of your favorite moments over the years?
Well, I'm sure every caller, besides maybe Doug didn't say it, but your Bachelor episodes were great to follow. I would text Teddy and say, well, how are these things working after? And I mean, I think most people know how they all
know the outcome of them. I think Teddy and I, like last episode we recorded before we got on the air, we kind of discussed that if I'm in the same boat come February, we may have to try again. But yeah, if anything, they were good content.
Oh, for sure it was. I really enjoyed, Ted from, being a media guy and his insight when the PRCA things were changing and how angry. I love angry Ted, right?
That's right. It's awesome when Teddy gets fired up, man. He says some good shit.
And I haven't got through all of the last episode, but I thought we were going to maybe get an angry Ted when you guys were talking about, the switch from Fort Worth with the PBR finals, Fort Worth, and trying to get the schedule all figured out. And I was like, well, Ted's going to get angry here sometime. I haven't got far enough to see it.
I can go there for you.
It's not.
If you want the honest truth on that one, I don't think I'll go to the World Finals in Fort Worth. I don't remember what I said last year or last show. I think I might have been easier on it, but
it's a strange move.
Yeah, but what they're doing, we have to give them credit on the fact that they're doing something different and they're trying to be revolutionary with the sport, because I think the next thing coming is that there's going to be a team concept for the second half of the year, and I bet that team World Finals per se will still be in Vegas. That's what I'm predicting. I don't know. I could be way out to lunch.
You guys too. That concept has been the last, 50 years in rodeo, right? I mean, Wacey, your dad probably, if they had horse racing, probably competed or when they used to do it in Saskatoon and Calgary.
He did. Yeah, he did.
Right. I mean, it's been tried. I think, with the media we have in social media now, it might catch on a little bit further, but I don't know if I blame the PBR. And I'm not in the rodeo business per se. Right. I'm guessing they saw what happened with the NFR when it had to move there and saw, that stadium could have been even more full. So I think they saw an opportunity there to step out, and can't blame them. Try something.
Yeah. I don't know if anything, there's good support for rodeo and bull riding in Texas. They'll draw the crowd. It'll be interesting to see what the kind of the experience ends up being. I haven't been to the World Finals in Vegas, so I don't know. I'd have to go to this last one.
Yeah, I've been to the NFR, and I assume it's somewhat similar, right? But I mean, it's the stockyards too, right? So there's going to be an experience for the fans.
For sure, yeah.
Like you guys said in the last podcast too, that do you get people outside the diehards that are going to go for a perf for the PBR finals, but they're going to Vegas for the weekend, and hopefully the nights are playing and they can do that the other nights, and so that'll be what I think the questions will be. But gotta try something.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's one of those things where if we don't innovate, we're gonna start losing stuff. So we need to find ways to kind of change the game in a sense. So hopefully more people will become open to that, and we'll see. You got to give the PBR a chance before we can make any judgments. But it's definitely an interesting move on their end.
I'm gonna leave it for now, but just because I want to see how it goes.
Yeah. Check back with us after it, and then we'll go from there.
I don't want to get mad because I haven't done anything wrong. They're trying something new, and it's neat that way. So thanks for
one more question before you go. Who is a guest you'd like to see
future
past
guest?
100? What's one that you'd like us to get to talk to?
I say one more favorite episode before we get to that, but I will. Brother Coulter Wall. I work for his dad. I'm friends with him, but mostly I look up to Brad Wall, and I knew Coulter when he was not a cowboy yet. He was a young guy hanging around, and I gotta throw that one out there too. It's one of my favorite episodes.
When Brad followed me on Twitter, that was one of the greatest moments of my life.
Brad's doing lots of cowboy shit now. He's doing lots of other things too, but that was great. I mean, there's lots, and the other one, CJ Box. Ted and I have talked about us both reading books, but
we both read books. Nobody knows.
McGill.
You haven't had too many team ropers on. I think
you have read that was coming.
You have read this description of our show that it may offend some team ropers. You're not one of the offended.
We're pretty thick-skinned, though.
Some of you.
Robert and I are, still, if we can schedule it right, we're willing to do the top 10 thing sometime.
Yeah.
That would be fun. Yeah. You know what we should do that in Regina.
Oh yeah, Agribition.
Yeah, we're there the whole time.
Pencil us in.
For sure.
Okay.
But you know, the OGs, you know, if you can get Murray Linthicum into cell service, you barely got Lane Peterson into cell service, but if you can get Murray Linthicum into cell service,
that'd be a good one.
The story that man has from, you know, the start of the team roping in the CPRA to the Salt Lake when he won the gold medal, you know, he'd be a heck of a catch. Him and Rocky, I don't know who'd say the most words there, but yeah.
Well, we appreciate the time, Graham. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for doing this. I guess we better get to a couple more callers. We got a couple in the waiting room. We better get after this.
We'll see you in a few weeks, man.
Yeah. Thanks, Graham. Appreciate you joining us.
Yeah. Love you guys.
Appreciate it.
Love you too, buddy.
Oh. Hey, Barney.
Hey, how's it going?
Creature. Barney Creech. He was once a journalist for Everything Cowboy at the PBR.
An international he's a globetrotter, this guy.
Foreign correspondent.
Yeah. Yeah. For Everything at the PBR Global Cup in Australia. Thanks for joining us, Barney. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
You bet. It's great to be on.
Appreciate it, man. So you actually skipped the gym just to be on the show today. Wow.
Yeah, I'm trying not to be a fat kid, so I guess I gotta eat half a supper tonight now.
We appreciate you skipping leg day to talk to us. What's going on, dude? What's new in the world of Barney?
Oh, just been we're working for everyone's Canadian dollars, being a pipeliner on the Canadian taxpayers' dollars.
We love
just
that.
On the Trans Mountain pipeline, going hard. So.
Hey, if my tax dollars are going anywhere, I want them to go to you. So, so man, what can you tell us? What are some of your favorite cowboy shit moments in the last, I guess, 4 years almost?
My favorite person on would have been Kagan Surratt for sure. That
was cool. That was real cool.
I always looked up to him. I traveled with him as a steer rider, and like how he talked importance of like school or, you know, working towards a goal to finish on and something to carry ahead. And, you know, I was not near the bull rider Kagan was, but I was, you know, I went back to college at 25 and just kind of rolled with it. I'm doing pretty good for myself now. So setting myself up for early retirement, hopefully.
Well, don't sell yourself too short, man. You could twist a few back in the day.
The odd one here and there.
Well, you one of your biggest ones was probably that rodeo in Australia, wasn't it? Mount Isa didn't win like 7,000 Australian dollars that time. Like it was like it was a big deal.
It wasn't Mount Isa. It was in Melbourne at was the arena, the Rod Laver Arena, where they hold the Australian Tennis Open. It's kind of an international deal. Yeah, I got
my cool, only man. I didn't know that.
Got my only 90 there.
Yeah, it was a big deal. That was that was one of, or if not like one of the biggest rodeos in Australia, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was huge. The payout was probably the biggest going.
You get a sweet buckle or something from there too?
Yeah, he did.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know this. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You're a bad dude, man.
That's a pretty cool deal. We went there a couple of years. So Kyle Danes won the bronc riding that same year that I did. So.
Oh yeah, and that would have been like probably 2003, 4, 5, 6.
5, I think.
5. Oh,
and you snapped all the bulls you got on there, hey?
Yeah. Well, that was just a one header, that one. But yeah, I rode that one. I rode in Sydney earlier. I didn't do too well there at during the Sydney show. It's kind of the Calgary Stampede of Australia minus the rodeo.
Mm-hmm. It's like the Royal Easter Show, they call it, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, there was Team Canada there. There was a bunch of us. It was pretty cool. We were kind of carnies. We were part of the grandstand show every night.
What were you doing there?
I got in because who was it? Oh, Tanner Gerlitz turned out last minute, couldn't make it. So he asked me and I flew over, and yeah, there was, who else was there? Sean Henry, Ty Ginger, Dustin Tompkins, Logan Leask, and there was another one too, Todd Shelton. I brought him over for that Melbourne deal. That'd have been in the next year after 2007. I went to a PBR up in Bundaberg, Queensland, and he come with me. Mm-hmm. And I went into the beer gardens for the rodeo, and he pointed at that girl. And he said, "That girl there, I'm going to take her home with me." And I told him he was full of shit, and yeah, he ended up marrying her. So
wow, wait, talk about shooting your shot.
Dang.
That's awesome, man. That's cool shit. So you're basically an honorary Australian at this point, hey?
Yeah, I've been there quite a bit. I've been there 6 or 7 times now, so it's my go-to travel spot.
That's your go-to. And so like I'm terrified of everything in Australia. Like I'm scared of snakes and spiders, and like I really like to go check it out. But I'm like that. I feel like that fear is holding me back. If I go there, am I able to skip that part of the experience?
Oh, for sure. You can imagine in cities, there's nothing. I haven't seen nothing too scary out. I've been running around at nighttime in the bush hunting pigs with dogs, and I've never been bit by anything. So,
damn.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. Knock on wood, hey.
Yeah, I took a few good hookings from some bulls. That's about it.
Do you go wrestle them wild bulls? That's one of my favorite things to watch.
I never did. I wanted to. When I went there last time, I was up in the country where they were at, but it was like 45 above, and it was too hot. They said it just cruel to the animals to do it at that point.
Yeah, fair enough. And I guess you would have been over there right at the height of like Steve Irwin's, like when he was the shit. Like you would have been that. Was he like as big of a deal in Australia as he was kind of outside of Australia?
I'm not even really sure. I know he was kind of a big deal when I was first going, but I don't think the whole Aussie life show was too good for the Aussies to watch.
Yeah, fair enough. R.I.P. that guy though, pouring out for the homies.
Yeah, he got bit by something and died.
He got stung by a stingray right in his chest, man. If I had a time machine, I could go do one thing. I'd go tell him that you couldn't go swimming that day. That would be my one wish. That's my one Christmas wish.
Remember, you were telling me a while ago, Barney, that I was messing up with the podcast because I didn't have enough Big Valley content too. What was the story there?
Oh, we got quite a few good hands out of Big Valley. I know you've had Zeke on, but the amount of Canadian champs out of Big Valley
Armstrong would be a cool one.
Yeah, and then we got Scottipold brothers, champion team ropers. Rod Warren's been all around in bronc riding, Canadian champ. Who else? Kyle Switzer was a steer riding Canadian champ back in the day. He's there now.
Yeah. He's a Hannah Cowboys legend, or not like our Big Valley Cowboys legend at the hockey tournament. He's one of our star players.
Don't want to pump his tires too big anyways. He's got a big enough head naturally.
Fair enough. What we need to do is just make a trip up to the Big Valley bar and just have a big little shindig, get the people going.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good. Enough guys around for sure. And there's a lot of cool pictures in the bar. There's old world champs from way before my day hanging up. The bar's just circled in their Western sports legends, they call it.
Nice.
Well, thanks for joining us, Barney. Appreciate the time,
we appreciate you calling in, man. Thanks for
the
support. It's awesome, man.
For sure. Thanks for inviting me.
Flint is connecting to audio. This is the new kind of call-in show where it's he's connected. There he is. Flint, do you copy?
Hello. Is this actually Flint?
I think it is. I don't think we're getting pranked.
Flint the rodeo clown? Flint the entertainer?
Hey, look at him. Oh,
no way.
Yeah, right.
Holy sight for sore eyes.
Live from Anaheim, California, the PBR's official entertainer, funniest man in the world, Flint Rasmussen.
Hey, look, guys, I did this outside for a couple of reasons. So you can see the palm trees. And just when we went on, it's the legendary Frank Newsom.
Right here. Hey, what a day.
That's fun.
It's the 100th episode of Cowboy Sh. Oh, cool. Their podcast.
Hey, Frank.
So there you go. Frank here. What's up, guys?
Hey, how are you?
That's the guy we need to get on the show sooner than later.
Someday.
Yeah, you are right in here. You guys, you caught us. See, we're just going in the arena here.
Yeah.
So, but look, some you're not seeing in Canada, palm trees.
I've never seen a palm tree in real life with my own eyes.
Shut your mouth. What?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I also just saw as we pulled in Jesse Byrne out here.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a friend of that's a Canadian.
That's like seeing a ghost. Jesse, it's like, what? Did I just see Jesse Byrne?
He's so quiet. He just walks by. It's kind of just like, yeah. Next thing you know, he's right beside you.
You probably haven't seen a lot of Jesse lately either, eh?
No, he's been here at a couple of this second part of the season, so that's good. He's like caveman. He emerges and his hair's down black below his shoulders. He's like Rip Van Winkle. He fell asleep for like 20 years.
He's like the caveman they frozen. Either they unfroze him. He's like Han Solo.
Yeah,
they froze him for a few years. Next thing you know, he's back.
Exactly. So you got, this is a big day for you guys. This is a big event.
Huge, man. It's been a big moment. It's been a long road down to this point. And we never would have thought it. Like, I remember when Ted came down to when I lived in the basement here, he came down to my room. He's like, hey man, you want to start a podcast? And I'm like, sure.
What?
Yeah, sure, man. Whatever that means, dude. I'm in.
Yeah. Well, I'm in. Well, I just recorded my 29th yesterday.
Oh, who's that with, Flint? Who's 29 with?
Well, the current one that's out right now is with Jess Lockwood, and I recorded one with Cody Lambert yesterday.
Oh, nice.
I like that. So podcaster to podcaster, what's your biggest piece of advice you can give us moving forward?
You know, the great thing about podcasts is I really can't give you advice because I do a whole different thing than you guys do. Justin Rumford with Rump Chat, him and Hambone do a completely different thing than I do. So that's the fun thing about podcasts. It's sort of like a late night talk show. You do what you do. I would love, like, you guys have each other you can have topics and bounce it off, where mine's more of you do have each other too. So mine's more of a bring in a guest interview type. Mine's more of a long form interview show where you guys, you also do that, but you can also just talk about topics you want to talk about, and I use other venues for that. So I don't know. I have no idea. The
only detriment to this form of the way we do it is people know way too much about my personal life.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's okay.
I'm okay with it. Yeah.
When you guys started, I said, Ted, you got to change the name. Like, you can't have Cowboy Shit because you can't advertise it. But you guys have taken that and put a twist on it with your merchandise with the little star, so it doesn't
say shit.
It's family friendly.
Doesn't say shit, but to a point. I mean, you guys have kind of taken it and done something different with it. But I told you that, didn't I, Ted?
You're like, it's a terrible name. And then I remember somebody else. They're like, Cowboy Shit.
Wasn't it like David Sharp or something?
Oh yeah, I had a lot of feedback that was not good on that side of it. They're like, no, that's never gonna work. It's too much. But I wanted it to be edgy. That was part of what I wanted. Like, I wanted to kind of bend the rules. And
we're edgy guys.
Yeah.
Well, I think the best thing that's come out of your guys' deal is your merchandise ideas that you have and people, and that's catching on, and that's gonna be your thing, man. It's it's like Dale Brisby,
only
the
cooler.
Dale Brisby thing lasted about 5 years longer than I thought it would. None of us are making the money he is, but he's got a thing. He's got I don't know what my thing is. I need a thing.
You're Flint. Yeah, you're Flint.
Your
dude.
thing
That's
is that
your
you're
thing.
Flint.
Your brand is your thing, dude. You're iconic. And people in Calgary who don't know anything about rodeo, don't know have no connection to the Western lifestyle, agriculture, or anything. The one thing they know is you.
Well, they don't have to worry about that anymore.
But even that's the thing though. Like, Calgary this year without you there, like, that was the one thing is we really miss Flint. From people who aren't like traditional rodeo fans, they're just guys who work corporate downtown Calgary. Like, they know you based off your brand.
Yeah, that's our job too, isn't it? Like, hey, I'm in Anaheim, which is basically, it's Southern Cal, it's LA. Mm-hmm. And we'll have a crowd here that knows, they love the PBR and they love those guys. Then they like Flint and did I lose? Oh, there you go.
Hey, we're here.
Are you just seeing Kynan with his baby?
I was seeing Kynan with a baby.
He's just carrying around a baby.
Oh my God. I thought it was a dirty picture or something at first. Hey, like I always say, I joke with people, like they'll say, man, we come to the PBR just to see you. And I always joke, like, as long as you pay to get in, we don't give a shit why you come. But that's true. If you can connect, there's got to be something in that show that connects to people to bring them all together. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as they all connect, So, yeah.
When are we going to see Flint on like the TikTok /reel train? I feel like that's right up your alley, man. Like, you could do some damage with that. If you need some coaching, I got you.
I know you're like the king, the TikTok thing. I gotta look. I don't pay as much attention to it. Somebody told me I should get on TikTok,
and
then they said, no, maybe not. It'll control your life. I'd like something in my life. May just well be TikTok, So we'll see.
If you're strategic about it, though, it can only moderately control your life. You can have some separation. If you just you got to allocate time throughout the day, set some timers, and you're good to go.
Yeah, you were during the old lockdown, which apparently some people are still locked down and about to be more. You just got after it. You were a TikTok king.
I was going crazy, man. I was living in a 700 square foot apartment by myself, and I was like, "Hey, you know what? I'm doing it."
So was I. I should have done TikTok because I went crazy.
Yeah.
And so, but now I'm in Southern California, so that's a plus during COVID. Like, hey, can we go eat? No, we closed at 4. Why? COVID, I guess. Yeah.
Makes no sense. But you gotta check out some of our Cowboy Shit TikToks. I'm back in the game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're back in the game hard. Yeah. I'll be watching for you.
Hell yeah.
Well, have a good trip tonight, Flint.
I should have gone down and got a shot. This is a beautiful arena here at Anaheim. It's
big.
The
home of the Mighty Ducks, isn't it?
It is. It's the Anaheim Ducks. There's signs all over.
Fuck the Ducks, man.
Have you seen Emilio yet? Emilio Estevez, the coach of the Mighty Ducks?
Oh yeah. We're gonna do the flying V tonight.
As a Calgary Flames fan, I have a lot of resentment for that building. The Flames had a 24-year losing streak in that building, and they just
really
it like 2 seasons ago. So fuck the Ducks.
Well, I knew that since I know so much about hockey.
You're a big hockey guy, yeah, for sure, man. You are a hockey guy.
I love this game of hockey. I think hockey players are like a dying breed of what athletes should be, and I think hockey's cool as shit. I just don't watch much of it. I just didn't grow up around it. Didn't have any hockey in my life growing up. So I'm a football guy. I'm a real football guy.
College football.
I did my first fantasy football draft in the NFL this year. I'm pretty stoked about it.
Oh, really? Well, Hey, I'll tell you guys, I'm friends with Alex Singleton, who played for the Stampeders.
Yeah.
He just got voted. He's one of the captains for the Philadelphia Eagles this year.
Really? Dang.
Voted a captain.
And wasn't he a bench player his first year?
In Philadelphia?
Yeah, in Philly, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, he went and he was just on special teams and on the practice squad. Then he got activated. Then last season, he was their leading tackler, and now he's a captain.
Good for him, man. He's badass.
Yeah, Montana State Bobcats. That's where he played.
Represent.
So, yeah. Well, guys, I'm going to have to go to work.
Yeah. Go to man. Thanks for taking the time.
We don't want to take the time.
I know people think that every night we have a show, like I'm just chomping at the bit and have a big boner ready to go to work. But there's a lot of, hold on. Hey, can I show, these guys are Calgary. They're from Calgary. Show them your logo. Look at it.
Go Flames. Go Flames. Go Flames.
Anyway,
go Flames, dude.
A lot of nights I wish I could just sit here and if you guys would pay me the same to do the next 2 hours of this show, that would be great. But hey, guess what?
Do you take IOUs, Flint? They're as good as mine.
Hey, Jonesy.
Oh, no way.
Hey.
Hello. Sorry, buddy.
It's the
buddy, what's up?
Of Cowboy Shit.
100 episodes. Congratulations. Way to go. Way to do a great job for 100 episodes. Proud of you guys.
Thanks, Richard.
We appreciate it, man.
Richard
awesome.
Jones.
I don't like the Anaheim Ducks at all.
Well, no, because they're hockey fans. So they know what real hockey is. I'm right.
Yeah, 100%. Fuck the Ducks.
100%.
Flames had a big losing streak here.
24 years. 20. Almost as long as I've been alive.
I haven't liked the Ducks since Tony McCleary was playing for them. So, yeah, I'm all Calgary Flames all the way.
Yeah, let's go, my boy.
That's right.
Hey, who's that?
That's Kynan.
It's Keno.
Kynan. Hey, Kynan. We used to work up there.
Yeah, back in the day.
God, oh, hey, guys.
I
remember you guys.
Work. There.
Thanks, Flint.
We got to go. Hey, love you guys. Keep up the good work.
Appreciate it, Flint.
Love you too, buddy. We'll see you.
You know what we're going to go do right now?
Cowboy shit.
Some Cowboy shit.
Hell yeah, brother. Can I get an amen?
Have fun, Flint. Thanks, man. We'll see you. And our next guest, right? We're back to back to back, and I think we got a phone caller as well. We're just going to admit that one, see who this is too.
Oh, God. This is getting
Kynan Vine,
hairy, man.
The
I
rodeo.
didn't realize there was a guest call-in element to this day. So
there's a queue. You got to be in the queue to get in.
I didn't pay enough attention to Ted's text message, but
it's okay. It
I
happened.
thought it was an in-person party, and then you guys are like, nobody's showing up for the in-person party. It's just a call-in, or what?
No, it's an in-person
It's
party.
both.
I thought you were coming to the in-person party.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you said something about crusty boys, and I don't want any of that. So
No, Wacey said crispy boys, and that's a beer. Crispy boy, that's a beer.
Crusty boys.
beer. I don't know anything about pop culture, so I don't know what a crispy boy was.
If you want to get in on the content game, though, you gotta make it happen, man. You gotta get in with your lingo with the kids.
Do we have the real Gator on the line too? Ryan Pietrucki, can you hear us? Do you copy?
Hey guys, first time caller, long time listener. I'd like to get in my hurtin' or flirtin' pick tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, what song? What song?
Well, I'm hurting. I'm looking for a little Queen of My Double Wide.
Oh.
Well, if you're out there listening and you're looking for love, hit up our pal Gator. I think you could be looking for love in all the wrong places, my friend.
Too many faces.
Our the guest of episode 65, Ryan Pietrucki. No,
you become like a
folklore.
There's like folklore around you, man. Like
you're like
hero.
Isn't Gator the most popular guest or
if he's not the most
story
popular
or whatever of all time?
He's definitely top. I think he's top 3. I'm just gonna check the stats here quick, but he's quite far up there.
People like Gator and what he's about.
Yes,
and I don't blame him.
Oh, I'm happy to be a bronze medalist. I'll take that.
What's number 1?
I forget now. I'm gonna have to type some stuff in here. Hold on. I'm gonna look at this. But I haven't looked at it for a while. The Bachelor episodes are way up there.
People like that stuff for whatever reason.
Did you guys know that Wacey has agreed to do The Bachelor season 3?
But there's conditions. There's conditions. There's conditions on it.
Yeah, it's only if he's still a single man.
I thought you have a girlfriend.
No, no, I don't have a girlfriend. No, working on it.
He's always working on it.
Always working on it.
What? So that girl that was with you last night at the bull riding wasn't your girlfriend?
Nope.
Not yet.
I'm working on. That's what I'm working on, man. Come on. I'm trying my best out here, man. Okay. It must be nice to have a wife and a few kids.
If I said it on international internet, then it would be official.
Maybe that's the push I need. Maybe that's the next step.
You just got to commit and just be like, yeah, I've already got a girlfriend. This is her name.
Either that or she's already working on a restraining order.
Oh no.
Okay, here it is. Coulter Wall, number 1, 4,500 downloads.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then we got Randy Cortieri and Dale Brisby. Episode 77, Coulter Wall, 47, Dale and Randy, 65, Kidnapped in Istanbul, number 3 all time.
Oh wow.
Yes.
How many downloads?
3,862 people have listened to the Gator. Oh, look at that. Luke Kaufman right up there in the top 10, right next to Quickdick McDick and Larry the Cable Guy. Cody Snyder in the top 10. That's cool.
Quickdick McDick. That's a good one too. Yeah.
Man, he's a heck of a guy. He's done a really good job building his platform as well.
He was going to call in today, but the combine broke down, so he's currently what did he say?
Fixing combine.
He said broke down and fixing. That was it. That's all we got back.
That sounds like the title of a country song.
Yeah. Not Gator.
I just gotta say how impressed I am with you guys. You know, going down that list, what a cast of people, some amazing guests you've had. I don't consider myself one of them, but I just want to, tip my hat to Ted, Wacey, Shaun, the crew with Cowboy Sh. 100 episodes, man. You guys have had some great people on board. What a job you guys have done. Congratulations.
It takes the great stories, Gator, and you had
you are the greatest story.
Yeah, you are the greatest story.
We're lucky to have friends like you who have experienced a lot of stuff in their lives and are willing to tell the stories. So we appreciate it, man.
And that we're lucky enough to live through the story to be able to tell it after.
that's a big part of it. I hope there's 100 more stories to come, 100 more episodes, and you guys keep up the good work.
Thanks, Gator.
We appreciate it, buddy. We love you.
Love you. Bye.
Thanks, boys. You take care, okay?
See you, Gator. You take care, too.
Okay, take care, guys. Bye.
All right, Kynan, you're alone with us now.
Yeah, Kynan Vine. Kynan, how do you want us to? He's
one of the most. He's one of the most reoccurring guests on Cowboy Shit. You are the top or top two.
I think tied for the top.
Tied for the top.
I'd have to look back at the
How
stats.
does that feel?
Yeah, what does it feel like to have been on?
I'd say
Cowboy Shit 3 times.
I probably, in all of my episodes I've been on, I probably don't make the top 10 downloads, and that's the way it is. But I guess I'll take the award, share it with probably Corb Lund for most times on the Cowboy Shit podcast, which is, I'm honored that you guys care enough to even listen to what I have to say to have me on once, let alone more than once. So, and like Gator said, it's an impressive cast of characters and people that you've put together over the last 100 episodes. And I think it's awesome platform for sharing, Western lifestyle and cowboy, obviously the cowboy lifestyle. And it's funny because over the last few days at the Ranchman's bull riding, I was made aware that there's people out there that don't realize and or know that you guys are real cowboys. And I've experienced the same thing myself the odd time, and I think it's maybe because we live in the city now, and people don't, I guess, understand that we all grew up in rural ranching on ranches and being cowboys all our life, and that's how we got into this industry. Is for myself, I'm a second generation rodeo cowboy, and I think it's kind of funny. I thought it was actually ridiculous that people would think you guys would have a podcast centered around being a cowboy and that you're not real cowboys actually. So
we wouldn't have made it this far.
I'm here to tell the world. Yeah, I'm here to tell the world that Ted and Wacey are, however ridiculous Wacey's TikToks can be, he is a real cowboy and a former bull rider. And, boys, after our conversations over the last few days, I'm excited for what's coming up with the Cowboy Shit brand.
For what might be coming up.
The episodes, what is coming up.
I've not signed any
future
contract.
episodes, and I'm pretty excited about, future big announcements of some big stuff that you guys are going to do probably in the new year.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm excited. Chomping at the bit, you could say.
You probably were thinking about it all night.
Man, I didn't sleep.
I didn't lose any sleep.
I'm fired up
because I ain't doing it.
I was doing a lot of visualizing. I'm already getting ready. I'm already getting prepared mentally.
Oh dear.
So I'm ready to roll.
Kynan, thanks for joining us. We'll see you here in a bit
boys.
for the in-person.
You coming? You coming for some beers?
Yeah, I think he's planning to.
Yeah,
Maybe not now.
We have a special guest here.
Is
You
this
may
gonna
like
be
to
like,
see.
I'm the only one coming, and that's why I get on the podcast so often.
We have a special guest here. You may like to come visit.
Oh, the man with the sultry voice is already in the house.
The sultry voice. Yeah. Wow. So there you go. Your neighbors, basically.
It's crazy because I have to go all the way to Ted's house to see my neighbor, but whatever.
All
right, guys.
See you here in a bit, Kynan. Thanks. Appreciate you being on the show.
Congratulations on 100 episodes.
We appreciate it, man. Love you a long time.
Bye-bye.
See you in a bit.
Preston, scoot around here. Come join us. Preston Sear. Preston, so all of us, we're going to get... Preston's getting... We could have hooked that up. So Preston is getting married to his beautiful fiance, Lindsay, here in Newfoundland. We're all making the trip here shortly, Newfoundland. But Preston was one of our co-hosts on both episodes of the Bachelor podcast.
You're a very popular guest for only making a couple appearances. People like to hear from you and hear your voice. So that's cool.
Same mane and tail once, and everyone just makes fun of you and wants to hear you yell. That's pretty much how it goes.
Preston, tell us about your actual life though. What do you tell people what you do? Are you allowed to do that? I guess you want to be anonymous? Was I supposed to?
So I was born, I was raised, and now I'm here in your kitchen.
But did I tell the story about how you and I met too?
I'm a farm kid. I grew up with a lot of head of cattle. Yeah, I've done that. I just don't know the lingo and got away from it. That's for sure. But that being said, although am not a cowboy, I do echo everything all these guys are saying. Like, you guys, it's amazing. 100 episodes. As a very close friend to both of you guys, I have been privy to a lot of the backside and how hard you guys have worked for all of this, and a lot of the backside, the whole TikTok thing, the whole mystery TikTok thing.
There's a lot to unpack here.
So a lot of hockey showers, a lot of all that. So you guys should be darn proud of yourselves for breakup parties that work just at the same time as the Bachelor episode, which is kind of Do you think the girl you wanted to date with, do you think she's going to listen to this and be like, probably, what's this Bachelor episode coming up? Maybe she'll be competitive and be like, I'm going to wait it out and I'll join.
No, I hope, please God, no.
I think she should, but not like with the regular group, with like later on, like you've narrowed it down.
You throw the fifth wheel in. Like,
we got a surprise guest who's like, and I'd be like,
and she just walks on the corner and you're like, no, this can't be a thing. And then we chase you around with the camera. I've seen The Bachelor before. I know what I'm doing.
Oh dear.
Anyways, thanks for having me on. Sure that there's
it.
Someone else more important than me. I'm gonna keep drinking the tasty treats.
Tasty Budweiser, courtesy of our friends at Budweiser.
Congrats one more time, fellas. I'm gonna sneak back to the weeds.
Cheers, mate. Thanks,
All
man.
right.
Love you.
Yeah,
I got you
more in the fridge downstairs.
Try this.
You haven't had a ranch water?
Try a ranch water.
Try yourself. Here, let's do this. Open that ranch water.
Give us a quick review. Give us a little review.
Here, we gotta get the mic back.
Crispy. Does that have a smell? Alcohol? Yeah, that's good. Oh, that's good. That's actually really good.
That's real good.
You talked a big game about this, and I haven't tried them yet. They're actually really, really good.
Margarita in a can, man. It's a party in a can. It's a party. I came into this like at work. I was like, I'm just gonna drive, have a couple drinks, tell a couple stories,
and then all of a sudden, bam, he floors it. Shows up and just floors it.
Yeah, buddy, I got seniority on this room.
Hold on, let's pause this for a sec here.
You, like the one headphone in your ear, like you're ready to give us the latest update on Bitcoin and Asscoin.
Dogecoin.
That's a legit crypto, is Asscoin.
What?
Oh, there's everything out there.
There's that one Christian Bale meme that I love. It's like, take all my cum coin and put it in poopy something. It's fucking hilarious.
Coins are getting gross.
So our next guest,
not really a guest,
100th episode on the what is this called?
This is our 100th episode. The 100th episode call-in. The call-in show.
First ever call-in show. We didn't know what we were doing, but here we are. So our editor for the podcast, Canadian Finals Rodeo music director, Calgary Stampede music director, and
engineer,
a
husband,
father of two, an all-around good guy,
decent guy. Actually, no, you're a good guy.
Three out of those four things are accurate, but I won't tell you which one. So,
Shaun
anyways,
Morton.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thanks for joining us, Shaun. We've had a lot of good guests so far, and we're already what are we at 55 minutes into
It's one of those things.
You got lots
of
editing to do.
For the people that don't know, without Shaun, this doesn't happen. None of this
because we don't know how to do this.
Like you've been editing for us now for 2 years, 2.5 years.
In a while, like I can't remember my first episode, but I was at it for a while when we did Gator's episode. And what was he? 64?
He was 65.
65. So
I think you came in the 50s.
Episodes.
Did you do the one with the 100th with Donnie Joe and Chad?
Certainly, yeah. That's one of my favorites
50.
as well.
That's 50. That's the 50. So you've been for 50 episodes at least, which is crazy.
Dang.
Including this one that you're gonna have to edit afterwards. I'm gonna have to pay you more for this one.
I have a quick first starter question for you. So do you when you're editing the show, how often do you have a straight just shake your head moment, just like these guys are fucking idiots?
At least one
more so since you started talking about your ball sacks with Manscaped. Promo code Huge Bush.
Man, do you get one of those things yet though?
No, I don't have one.
You should try. We got to get him one. A gift.
Yeah, we need to do that.
Because they're legit, dude. I have no fear when shaving my balls these days.
Your mustache, I noticed in your interview video yesterday from Bull Bustin' is.
Are you a fan? Are you a fan?
Of your mustache?
Yeah.
Yeah, moderate fan. I wouldn't say I'm like a super fan, but
I liked what Murdo called it. He called it a womb duster.
oh boy.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so I have a follow-up question to that. Quick change of subject for us. So as we move forward past the 100th episode, like what do you see, or like what are your expectations, or what would you like to see out of us?
Ooh, good question. I guess prior to answering that, I'll just maybe comment for people that haven't been down this podcast road, like for you guys to put out 100 episodes, to never miss a deadline practically. And yeah, every 2 weeks, and have a guest on everyone. It's never been just you two. That's been a lot of effort and a lot of work. So congratulations. 100th episode coming up on 200,000 downloads. It's a huge milestone and something to be proud of. So with that, I don't remember what your question was, but I wanted to mention that.
So like moving on from the 100th episode, like where do you foresee, or like what would you like to see out of us heading past the 100 episode threshold?
Honestly, it's more of the same for me. It's good guests that have interesting stories, or have accomplished interesting or amazing things in their life, and just talking to them and going beyond the surface and just hearing about what they've been through, things they've accomplished, and then funny stories. And you guys have done that 100 times now with different guests, and talked to some really cool people, got to hear their story, and those stories will live on for a long time. There'll be people on your show that'll show that to their kids someday, especially when I think of contestants and athletes and what they've accomplished. I'm proud to be part of the show because of that content, for sure.
So I have another question. So you've been, like, as I mentioned before, you've been with us for a very long time now. How have we progressed? Like, has it been like, have you noticed a progression that way, or is it just been like little things that have made the show better, or what are your thoughts there?
It'd be kind of weird is if you listen back to your different episodes, like now that you've been doing this over multiple years, you'd be able to tell how your voices have changed for whatever reason. Do you remember your first episode? I wasn't a part of it, but I remember you guys were just swearing like pirates, like you were like uncomfortable.
We got a lot of hate mail there.
Remember when James said something about you don't have to use the F word as a comma or whatever? Like...
It was bad. It was real bad. My mom was turned off. She didn't actually listen to another one until episode whatever one Larry the Cable Guy was on, like 64. It took like 2.5 years for mom to come around and listen to another one. She just thought it was just total bullshit. So I'm embarrassed for that one. Like, I wish we could like replace it with a newer version, but I guess it's
cool. It's cool though, because it's kind of like the beginning. Like if you listen to any podcast, like I'm sure like Spit and Chicklets, their first few episodes were about the same, and
you got to settle in, right? But
the bad part about that though is that people still go back and listen to number one, and then like the numbers really dive after that one.
Yeah.
Like somebody might listen to that one, they're like, "What the fuck is this?"
These guys are fucked.
So I don't think it's a very good marketing tool for us to go back to number one, but lots of people still listen.
It didn't take that long for you guys to get settled in, and I think now you got a good format. The questions you ask your guests, are the right ones, and you do your research, and that leads to the good conversation I mentioned earlier. So,
well, Shaun,
I have one more question. I want
to put one in, then you can question. Okay. I just want to tell Shaun how much I appreciate what you do. I know we had a funny one on 99. We were kind of like, I was unorganized, and then I didn't have I'm never very organized in the files, like sending them to Shaun. I try to get them to him early enough, but then sometimes we're like Sunday and it's like a long weekend, or like even during Stampede, Shaun's still smashing out these podcasts while he's working the Stampede.
You're the real MVP, my man.
I know the last one was a little bit of a tough because I fucked it up, and then Wacey and I, then we re-recorded, and it was a bit of a disaster. So I'm sorry about that, but I appreciate what you do, and I'm thankful to have you as part of the team. And it's funny because we're technically competitors on the music side of things, but you're one of my best friends. So I appreciate this, and I'm happy for you to be on the team. I'm thankful for the team.
I love you, man.
We love you, man. We love you.
Appreciate that, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's easy to stress Ted out, and he wants things to go easy for me. So there's been the odd text from like, this is a fucking mess, and then I'll delete it and be like, having some trouble finding something. But it always comes together, and we always get it out on time. So
always, that's what we do.
We're doing it.
Sorry, please proceed with your question.
Man, I don't know if I can follow that up, but the one question I want to ask you is what's your bucket list guest or the number one guest you'd like to see us get for the show?
Oh, I've thought about that a few times. Hey, that's a good question. Damn. Remember how amazing it was when we got Ron McLean, Larry the Cable Guy?
Crazy. Larry the Cable Guy was the biggest comedian in the world at one time. It's insane.
Yeah. It was nuts.
Yeah. Number one guest. I still think we need to get one member of Nickelback at some point.
Ooh, man.
It doesn't have to be Chad. It can just be the bass player.
I would go from 6 to midnight so fast.
Did you guys remember the story about when I was in? Do you remember that time when I was in Abbotsford, and he was Chad Kroger was at the show, and I didn't play any Nickelback at the bull riding, the PBR. He was literally at our event, and I didn't play any Nickelback. I feel like it's such a gift after.
Man, I've been heavy back on the I watched the Spider-Man movies, Tobey Maguire ones, and now it's when that hero song. What?
Oh,
no way.
No way. Shaun.
Anyways,
Quickdick McDick has just entered the waiting room.
Okay, let's go. Congratulations, boys.
Okay, thanks, Shaun. We love you.
Well, I don't see him yet. He might be just calling in. He might be working on a combine. I don't know.
Did we tell the story about me wrecking a combine one time?
Well,
on the show?
This might be our opportunity.
You guys want to talk about wrecking a combine? Let me tell you something.
Holy, the man, the myth, the legend, QDM in the. Are you reporting live from Tufnell, a field outside of Tufnell?
Well, I'm not going to disclose exactly where I'm at. I'm somewhere between Tufnell and Raymore because that's the closest parts we can find for this bastard. So.
What's going on, dude? How's harvest going? You guys making it through?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
Oh shit!
We almost got him.
Well, boys, she's been it's been a grind here, but we're trying to get her done. You know what I mean?
It's been one of those years.
Yeah, but she's all good. I mean, we're grinding away at it. The weather's been not bad, and we had to dry most of the stuff that's coming through just because of conditions. And now these last couple of days, she's all been going straight into the bin. So I mean, how do you get any better aside from blowing a turbo line tonight? That's the way she goes sometimes, right?
Hey man, I love going straight into the bins. So.
Yeah, that's it. No stopping, just auger right in the bins, and no asking permission, no wine and dine. Right? There's no fucking around.
That's how we
here.
like it. That's how we like it.
Actually, this actually went really good because the good thing about this turbo line blowing is that it blew in the direction that didn't spew oil straight onto the exhaust, so nothing lit on fire. So I mean, count your fucking blessings, boys. It's a good day.
That could have been trouble.
Yeah, that's right. And Raymore had parts, which is only an hour and a half away. So I mean, why not, right? Shout out to Patterson Ag for closing down the Foam Lake branch of John Deere. Thanks a lot, you bunch of bastards. Oh, did I say that? Oh, yeah.
We can edit that part out. We can edit that part out.
You leave that in, Jimmy. You'll love it, I'm sure. But
and that's the one thing where you have a 1 in 10 chance that Raymore has those parts. They're that's just your lucky day.
Yeah, you know what? So here's how percentages work in my favor. I mean, I used up all my luck on, first of all, this bastard not lighting the combine on fire and burning it and the entire RM of Foam Lake to the ground. And then I used the rest of my luck on Raymore having the part. I was going to try and go see if I could pick up some hot chick in Foam Lake tonight, but I might as well not even try now because I used all my luck today.
But you could spin that and be like, today's my lucky day, so I should go into Foam Lake and try and pick up a hot chick.
Maybe it'll be 3 for 3. I don't know if I'll make her back to Willie's by the time they close, but we'll just put the hammer a little farther down on the old F-tree fitty here and just keep ripping on her.
And then put your combine in a rabbit mode and you're good. Full rabbit.
Yeah. Hey, congrats on 100 episodes there, you guys. I can't believe you derelicts made it that far. Nice job.
Oh man, we appreciate it, dude. It's been quite the journey, that's for sure.
For those that might not know, might be
no kidding.
Quickdick McDick was on episode 81 of Cowboy Sh.
New Year's Eve was a New Year's Eve episode.
Yeah, New Year's Eve 2020. I guess the end of the old shitty old 2020. It was good though. Thanks for being
that was a real exciting New Year's Eve there, eh?
Yeah, quite the time.
Hey, I thought it was awesome. We made a new friend.
Yeah, and we actually get to meet you.
We did make a new. Yeah, we did make a new friend, but Wacey, have you ever looked at the level of attractiveness I like hanging out with on New Year's Eve, if you know what I mean?
Holy. All right, then.
Oh, dear.
I see how it is.
We're looking forward to meeting you, though, at Exhibition.
Yeah, big news. We're coming your way in a big way.
Yeah, that's going to be good times. I'm actually looking forward to harvest being done and all the cattle back home. You know, when you like slide into chore season after you can't fence anymore and there's nothing else going on, the ground's frozen, then it's just time to slide into chore mode, and you just kind of get caught up on stuff and take some time getting drunk with people. It's gonna be good times.
That's why the swamp used to be so wild at Agribition, is because it was chore season. You couldn't fence, you couldn't do nothing. Like, you feed the cows, you go to the swamp, you drink grind cokes, paralyzers all night. See you tomorrow.
Like what else does a person need in life? Nothing is the answer. I'll answer that one for you.
So that's heaven to me, dude.
Can't make the announcement. It's not official, but we Cowboy Shit will have some sort of presence at Agribition this year. So looking forward to that.
The boonies here open.
Oh, yep, for
trip
sure.
Here, but I don't got any wobbly pops with me, so it should be a pretty safe trip. So
for sure, man.
Shit. Boys, I'm probably going to lose you here getting into no cell service, but hell, it's great to see you guys.
We'll see you in a few weeks, buddy. We'll see you in a few weeks.
Congrats on 100 episodes. Looking forward to Agribition, boys.
Thanks,
Appreciate
brother.
it. See you there.
Right on.
All right. Drive safe. Keep it between the mustard and the mayonnaise. Okay, we've had another guest with us for a while.
That guy's
she's been lurking in the background. The creator and founder of lipstickandcowboyboots.com and the Lipstick and Cowboy Boots podcast.
She's one of the
currently driving south to HQ right now.
She's one of the like OG like social media rodeo people.
Yeah,
which is really cool. She's built quite the cool community around her deal. Man,
can you hear me now?
Oh, there she is. Hey, there she is.
Hey there, hi there. How are ya?
Hey, we're good. How are you doing?
Great. Just on the Highway 2, headed south with an important ranch water delivery to HQ.
Ooh,
nice.
Gotta like that.
We like that.
We've got a flat coming in fresh from Sherwood Park, from the park.
Yeah, you betcha.
Yeah, you betcha.
Cassie,
you betcha, bud.
Thank you for
Cass Haus.
Yeah.
Thanks for the support.
Cassie Hausauer. Thank you for
I don't know if you heard what we said, but you kind of fall into that line with like the Everything Cowboys and stuff as like one of the OG like social media, like new age of like rodeo coverage and support, even, I guess you could say. But yeah, it's really cool. I don't know if that's the word.
Yeah, no, I think that would be the word. You know, I maybe was one of the first ones to start doing it, but I have not been near as consistent with content as you guys have over the years. And that's why you guys have built such a successful brand. And I cannot tell you how proud I am, not only that you made it to 100 episodes, like you mentioned the Lipstick and Cowboy Boots podcast, but I think I only have like 15 episodes. Compared to you guys at 100, like that's unreal. That takes dedication and consistency. So
we appreciate it.
Freaking hats off to you guys. That's awesome.
Thanks, Cass.
Hey, well, 15 episodes. That's no small feat either. That's a lot of work. It's a lot of work goes
at
into
one
this
point.
stuff.
We had 15 episodes.
Yeah. Oh, come.
Yeah,
that was kind of me.
I'm just saying. No, I wasn't trying to be a dick. I'm just saying. What, we had 15. You're gonna get to 100 too.
So a question we've been asking a few people throughout this call-in show: what would you like to see out of us next, and what would be like a bucket list or like guest you'd like for us to get on the show,
or favorite previous guest? You can also pick yourself from the Bachelor podcast if you wish.
Yeah, no, that's not a favorite because I think I sounded like an idiot on that episode. I think we were throwing the tequila around a little bit, so I would redo that. But anyways, my favorite episodes, definitely Kidnapped in Istanbul with Gator and Ron McLean. Like, how cool is that? Wacey made a TikTok. You guys interviewed Ron McLean before Spit Chicklets had him on. That's friggin' sweet.
Not a big deal.
Good for you guys. Not a big deal. Yeah, that's super cool. One person. Have you guys had JB Mooney on? I don't think you have you?
Not yet.
We've been meaning to. We've talked about.
He's on the list.
Yeah, he's on our list.
Just haven't got it done yet.
Okay, well That's who I think you should have on. Wait till you see my sweet shirt that I'm wearing right now.
We got to get JB on just before the NFR.
That's what we got to book there. We're gonna live. We're gonna have
a
conversation. Just sit down and just
have a drink or two.
Yeah,
maybe have a dart. Maybe I'll start smoking just for that.
If that's what it takes for us, if that's what it takes for us to interview JB Mooney, I will smoke a pack of darts.
Get on the bike with him before the bull riding and get a cigarette out. Yeah, may as well.
I'll do it. I'll do anything for content. So
I don't really want to smoke, but I will.
Wacey, you've been the content king. You've absolutely been killing it. Like TikTok, Instagram, everything.
My 5 years of university is finally paying off.
Yeah, really coming in clutch. It's awesome. Yeah. No, and I was listening to kind of the tail end of your interview with Shaun there, and I listened to your most recent episode today. Congratulations, you guys have cool Cowboy Sh coffee now. That's sweet. But I also went back and listened to. Yeah, super cool. I'm going to get my hands on some. But I also listened to your first episode again today. And like Shaun had mentioned, even your guys' voices have changed.
Well, it's been almost 5 years, hasn't it?
You guys hit puberty in the middle of this. And it's, good for you guys. Now you're shaving your balls and talking about ball trimmers. Like,
we're down the line.
Wow.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, dear.
We appreciate that. So now the last part of the question, like, what do you want to see next? Like, what's the next thing? What do we need to do?
I don't think you should change a good thing. I think you need to keep doing what you're doing. Like, you're getting all great guests that have really good stories. You guys ask really good questions. You're not scared to ask hard-hitting questions. You're not scared to ask the lighthearted ones and get people laughing. Like, I think you guys are covering all your bases and just keep doing what you're doing.
But we appreciate it. That's awesome.
Thanks, Cass.
Yeah. Sorry, no criticism or any real good tips, I guess. But you're doing great.
It's okay. You can say I'm a dick.
We got thick skin. We can take it.
Nah, you guys are golden. You're good.
But we appreciate it.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Thanks for calling in. We'll be seeing you very shortly.
There's a man in a black coat standing at a crossroads, with a pen in his hand and a long list of lost souls. They say flips a coin, forge out a fool's gold. There's a man in a black coat standing at a crossroads. I hope he lets me pass by. When I close my eyes, I'm gonna ride the lightning, feel the thunder, till the darkness pulls me under. Gonna fly on wings of fire, breathing good Lord lifts me higher, singing oh when they call me on, singing oh when they call me.
Brett Gardiner, the 9 or 10 time CPRA announcer.
Yeah, nine
time.
No.
Canadian Pro Rodeo Announcer of the Year. He's done the Calgary Stampede, the Canadian Finals Rodeo since he was 29, or was it 30? No, it was 29. You got your first CFR, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Damn. 29. Has done it. Well, I actually don't know now. You've done it quite a few times.
You've done it a couple times. You've been there.
Done a few CFRs
been there, done that.
But
yeah, I think 2013 was the first time I went there.
Okay, so add that up. He's probably about 37 now. Just saying, by guesstimation.
But it wouldn't be 100th episode without the champ, the guy.
Yeah.
The number one.
Yeah.
The microphone assassin.
Oh, wow.
The microphone assassin himself, Brett Gardiner.
Thanks for joining in, Brett. We appreciate your time. Thanks for calling in.
Hey, man, thanks for having me. Thanks for rocking and rolling for 100 episodes, you guys. Man, that's pretty awesome. I'm pretty proud of you too. There's lots of people that probably thought with your level of talent and you two, what you could commit to 100 episodes wouldn't be a reality. So goodness sakes alive.
So there's a lot of people saying we couldn't do it. And here we are.
Oh, shoot. It's been awesome, you guys. Good stuff.
I don't know many folks that said we couldn't do it. I don't
That's
know.
right.
I don't know if I heard that.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I also didn't ask though either. We just did it.
It's crazy to get to this point though. It's been a long road from episode 1 with Jordan to where we're at now. I remember the interview we did with you. I was on the phone and in Moose Jaw somewhere. And I think we did it straight over the phone the whole time. And look at us now with Zoom setups and look what we're doing now. That's call-in show. It's crazy.
Do you guys ever think when you started, you're like, hey, let's aim for 100, or did you ever have a goal in mind? Or was it just like, hey, we're just going to do this and let's just go?
It was legit, Brett. What happened was Ted, when I was living at the house here, he came down into my bedroom in the basement. He's like, hey man, do you want to start a podcast? And I was like, okay, like, let's do it. And then, cause we have all the gear here. Like Ted has all the sound gear, and we just set it all up and dialed in a show. And here we are now, 100 later, 99 episodes later, here we are.
So I just did a little quick look too, Brett, and you were originally on episode 22. That was September 26, 2018. Then you were again briefly on episode 52 from the CFR in 2019. But I looked up Brett Gardiner on Podbean, and you're really on the circuit in 2020. You did the Jody Seeley show. You did a Wild West show. Did Carla Rand all within about like 4 months. You also were on Matt West's podcast in December 19. But we had you on first, so
right.
Write that down. We were first.
Again here. That was the greatest day of my life. First time I was ever on Cowboy Sh.
Come on.
Not ever soon forget that. So yeah.
So if anyone wants to listen to Brett's show from previously, though, episode 22, you got to go back a little ways. So we're probably due to have you on for another full show here one of these days. Whenever you want to like more publicly announce your next venture, maybe we could say that. Hey.
Yeah, sure, man. I'm excited. It's yeah, there's lots of irons in the fire right now, lots of stuff going on. So we'll have to do that. I'd appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, we'll make a plan.
So a couple questions that I've asked a few of the people who've called in. From some, you've kind of been along the journey with us near the beginning. What would you like to see out of us next? And who would be like a guest you'd love to see us bring on?
Oh man, that's a great question. First of all, and as I was logging in here, I was thinking of a few of those people. And I remember thinking of texting you guys the odd time, like after a guest you'd have. And like I remember the Ron McLean one, because in the world of broadcasting and announcing, he's such a, whether you want to refer to him as a legend or an icon, or I think one of those personalities that everybody that talks on a microphone or is on television kind of tries to emulate because they're so good at what they do. So when I was thinking about the guests that you've had on, it's pretty impressive. So to think of who's left out there, I mean, Garth Brooks. How about that? Let's try that one on first. I mean, you've had his manager on. I mean, you've had Larry the Cable Guy on. You've had all these incredible guests. So, man, that's a great question. I don't know who would be next. So, but I have to say, I love when you kind of spread your wings, and it's not always Western sports related. Some of those guys jump in and are really, really cool. So I guess I can say this. I really appreciate the variety. And the thing I have to pat you guys on the back for is just the consistency, always showing up and always doing it and always representing kind of the Western lifestyle and sports and staying on the cutting edge. Because I know I went down a little road there during COVID trying to kind of rock and roll on the World Wide Web and stuff. And it's tough to do. It's tough to get a guest every week or so and make it all happen. And so I just appreciate the consistency and you guys bringing in, some cutting edge guests, if you would. It's pretty cool stuff.
Thanks, Brett. Thanks for being one of those cutting edge guests back on episode 22.
Yeah, right.
Appreciate that.
We appreciate it, man. We love you.
Did you have another one, Wacey?
No, I had the two part. It was like, aside from the guest side of thing, like content wise, or like an avenue that you think that you've noticed that we could take that we haven't taken advantage yet. Like where do you see that from our end, or merchandise thing? Like what's that look like?
One of the things too, I maybe see now that you say that, and I've thought about it for 20 more seconds. I think it's really cool how the Cowboy Sh brand over the last year or two has grown, and you guys kind of turned it into something, and the idea of the merchandise. And I know Ted Waste Storm's been a big part of that too. But I think it would be neat to continue. Hello, Storm. I think it would be neat to continue that learning about how people that are connected to the Western industry could almost do what you guys did. How can they take their uniqueness and their brand and continue to have it grow? I know you've had some guests on there that have done that, but even the change in the world, kind of that entrepreneurial spirit continues to be alive. And how do we continue to kind of cultivate that and encourage that from others to almost kind of take the leap of faith? I even think of my kids, Grady, my oldest, he's 12. And I think, man, I want him to take those risks maybe earlier in his career, 19, 20, 21, 22. Why not, when you can continue to take those risks? And you guys have taken some risks along the way with that stuff, because nobody said it was ever going to work out. And I think, in my opinion, from the outside looking in, it has. So I think continuing sometimes those conversations and encouraging and helping others to kind of take that same leap of faith that you guys did would be pretty cool when we think of content wise.
I appreciate that. Well, it's one of those things too. I think the way we've approached it, there's no cookie cutter way of doing it. Like, you just kind of gotta just for lack of a better term, you just gotta send it and just give it a go. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like anything. Like, there was no like cookie cutter way for us to structure the show, especially for our like in our like audience and our niche. Like, it was something that was very new. So
yeah,
sometimes you just gotta, like you say, take that leap of faith and just send it, bud. Just do it. Yeah.
I like it. Thanks, Brett. Thanks for doing this, eh? Thanks.
Appreciate you guys.
We appreciate it, man. We'll see you down the road, partner.
Okay.
Awesome.
That was it.
That's it. That's awesome.
Hello. Oh, there he is.
Hey, there he is.
What's up?
How's it going, boys?
Hey, that's
what's
neat.
up. Have you met Ted yet?
Hello.
Yeah, we can. Well, just via email and stuff.
Okay.
And Twitter. Yeah.
Email and Twitter.
Yeah, we just kind of chatted.
Your shirt say bald.
It does.
Unreal.
I'm trying to keep up.
That's awesome.
But my wife actually made this for me, because I always laugh at those sweaters. I'm like, what's with that? Like, you can.
The brunette and blonde ones.
Yeah, and like whatever is cool is cool. Like, I don't care what people wear, but I was like, why can't I get one of those? I always joked about it, and then this is what I opened for Christmas.
That's unreal. I love that. That's so good.
Yeah.
So for those people, we're recording. Yeah. Okay. So for those who don't know, we got Paul Strueby on. He was my gym teacher and social studies teacher back in high school, and we've kind of stayed connected like throughout those years. Paul helped like build my workouts when I was rodeoing, and just always been a guy I could count on for anything I needed. But yeah, thanks for calling in. You've been following us since the beginning too, so it's really cool to chat about that and have you join us for our 100th episode.
Yeah, it was kind of like the journey. Like, I haven't followed quite as close the last little while, but last year, especially when I was on isolation, I was teaching out of my basement. Like, I was catching up and watching. I was even like the whole rodeo scene starting to get a hold of it. But I think too, for me, like, kind of just seeing the journey of it all, like podcasts for me is something that I've always kind of been into, but to finally watch somebody kind of grow one and get into it and chat with you every once in a while and kind of see. And I know, like, I don't know how much I can really say, but chat a little bit about like maybe someone like when we text a little bit about the major topics going on in the world. And like, all of a sudden you guys are, I don't want to say use the word celebrities. Can I use celebrities? But someone that people listen to. And then all of a sudden these hot topics are coming up, and you're like, oh God, like it turns into this whole new animal, and seeing this kind of the evolution of your show and like stuff. I think it's really interesting, and seeing how you guys get caught up in that. I think it's great.
Well, it's been cool. I can always like count on you to be like the voice of reason, or like someone I can go to with those topics, just because I don't know, you can only talk to so many people about that kind of stuff nowadays.
It's also easy to be the voice of reason when I'm not the guy going on the podcast the next day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, and even like it was pretty cool. You've had like, I've called into your class a couple of times. You've done some podcast units, which is really cool. Like, that's pretty like innovative for like elementary school nowadays. Like something even like when you were teaching me, like when you like shook up NACM school when you showed up. Like, you got the weightlifting club going. We did wheelchair basketball and fencing, and like so many cool stuff that never would have happened had you not rolled up to school.
So many cool stuff. I guess he wasn't your English teacher. Hey,
no, Raleigh would be mad at me.
I should point out that I mainly did that stuff because I liked it.
Oh yeah. Well, there'd be like back in the day, it would be me and my buddy Scott Helen. We'd stay for 2 or 3 hours after school, and we'd roll the ping pong tables into the gym and play ping pong for hours, and Q-tip ball and floor hockey and all this stuff. And we'd be there like constantly. It was awesome. So yeah, it's good. I appreciate you being part of that journey, like from where I was like in school to rodeoing in the arena to being a guy I can count on like outside of that and then moving forward in life. So it's been really cool.
Yeah, unreal. But yeah, the podcast stuff too, like in class, just saying like putting an actual person in the classroom, like somebody that like is actually doing it and being a part of it is a lot of fun. Like, and the podcast unit is a ton of fun to teach. Like, the kids are big time into it. They're researching topics. It's legitimate stuff, getting them to actually speak live. And like, I don't know, it's really applicable stuff, especially to way, media and everything is changing nowadays. And so it's great. And yeah, the only sticky thing is trying to find like good examples of listening to. So,
yeah, I guess with us, there's a bit of R-rated stuff there.
Well, but that's the great thing about podcasts too, is the candidness of it, right? Like that's what the appeal of it. It's not your daytime television or whatever, or your morning radio. It's guys speak candidly and you get great stuff out of people. So no, it's great.
There's so I've asked this question to a few of the people who've been on for our 100th show here. When it like content wise or like guest wise, what would you like to see out of us on that side of the coin?
Oh, geez. I guess what I kind of really liked was kind of like maybe your crossover episodes. And I know you touched on this a little bit before, but like Ron McLean, to me, obviously, like he's a great one. I liked Coulter Wall. You know what I mean? Like I know I'm naming some of your big ones, but guys that are like they're fans of rodeo, but not necessarily in rodeo. And that really appeals to me because that's, kind of my shtick, right? Like I watch when I flip on the Stampede every year and I watch a little bit and that kind of stuff. So to me, seeing people and how they engage and kind of blur the lines between the two is something that I really love.
And I guess one last question. Have you been seeing some Cowboy Shit merch in the hallways of Humboldt School?
No, I have not. I don't wear my own to school, but I do wear it around a lot. And actually, I did mention, I think I did text you this, Wacey, that a girl approached me in the gym and asked me where I got my hoodie. And,
yeah. You did text me about that. I don't know if you Tinder match or something.
Yeah. I didn't know if you wanted me to say it or not. That's when I talked to Wacey. Like some girl just came up and took a picture of my hoodie laying on the floor. And he's like, yeah, I think I matched with her on Tinder. I was like, oh.
It's classic.
Yeah,
Oh dear. Classic.
I never talked to her about it again.
That's good. Yeah, we just leave it at that because I don't think I talked to her much after anyways.
Oh dear.
That's the way it goes. But no, thanks for calling in, taking some time. We really appreciate it. It's again, like I said, it's been cool to stay in touch over all these years and you to kind of follow that journey and be a fan. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. And I got out of dishes doing this, so this is great. Okay, sounds
thanks.
good.
Thank you. Yeah.
Dark, I'm a night rider, head down, flying fast, skydiver. Didn't make the cut like it's live wire. Got the needle like I'm Maya. Out in the dark, I'm a night rider, night rider. Ooh. Yeah. I'm a night rider.
We had a guest that didn't call in, but
he actually doesn't have a cell phone.
Yeah, he doesn't have his cell phone service is a little
legit
scratchy
though.
of all my Airdrie.
Of all my friends, Covy's one of the hardest guys to get a hold of by cell phone.
Yeah, 100%.
We have each other's numbers, but we communicate solely through Facebook chat.
So we couldn't actually get him. We couldn't actually get him on the phone. It wouldn't work. The Wi-Fi doesn't reach out to Airdrie. So he just happened to show up to the 100th episode party. And here we are. So, Covy, we didn't get you to call in, but it's okay because you're here. Man. Thanks for coming by.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me by.
You've been with us since the beginning as well. One of the few.
Long time listener.
First time caller.
First time. Yeah. Well, second time guest of the show.
We had you on the show.
I got to sit here with a table that was in a little bit more disrepair.
Yeah. Now it's all nicely redone, courtesy of Jimmy, brother Jimmy. So it's back. It's back. But thanks for being here, Cove. Appreciate it.
Hell yeah, man.
Any of the photos, like any of the good photos that you see on the podcast,
we're taken by this guy.
Yeah, the best ones.
He's one of the best. He's one of the best of the game. One of the best of the game. I'll stand on that hill till I die.
Covy Moore.
You strive for it. You wanna.
He's hard to get a hold of if you actually want pictures. But
you may need to wait 3 to 5 business years before you get your photos.
But he'll give them to you eventually.
When you get them, they're awesome.
They are good.
Okay, I'm gonna interview you guys.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Okay.
Well,
all right.
Did you ever think 100 episodes?
No.
I don't know what I thought. I was just doing it.
Legit. Like we told, I think we told Flint. Ted literally came down to my bedroom when I was living here, and he was like, "Hey, man, you want to start a podcast?" And I was like, "Heck, trucking rights, bro."
I don't know how long it took to get it going, but Morgan Lutzak was the first one that kind of got us going, and she was kind of working with us for a while on the website and whatnot, and she was like, "You guys got to do a podcast," and I had heard about it a long time ago, just never done it. So yeah, I got credit her to get for getting it going. So yeah, that's a 100. I don't know if it was a goal. I just the goal for me has been consistency to make sure we have a show at every 2 weeks, right?
Between Ted and Wacey, there's obviously a lot of stresses in creating anything in 2021 and for the internet and things like that. What was what's been in 100 episodes the most Ted versus Wacey moment maybe that showed a crack, or you boys had to hug each other or hug it out afterwards, or is there a moment that you went, Jesus Christ, I'm sick of that bastard?
We've had our moments. We've been close now for a lot of years. It's kind of fun. We told the story like how we met, but like since we've lived together and worked together for so long, like you're not going to see eye to eye all the time, right? Mm-hmm. But it's one of those things too where it's never like carried on. Like it's always been addressed and we've taken care of it and we've moved forward. So again, I think it's one of those things. Just like I think like the biggest like headbutting we've had is like, when can we record the show? It's like, because we both obviously got separate schedules, we got to do our own thing. So it's like he may be available the one time, but I also like I may not be available at that time. So it's just like just trying to like jive on that thing, and too like it's time consuming and you got other stuff a person wants to do. So it's been one of those things where we have butted heads and stuff. But I think that's just natural.
I specifically remember one time where I was like having a bad go or tired or like exhausted at one point. And I don't know what was going on, but we were sitting here at the kitchen. And in the beginning, we used to always shut like the fucking breakers off, so we didn't have any sound in here.
Feedback or anything.
Yeah, we were trying we were trying to make it really quiet. And I don't know why why I thought it was Wacey's job, but I was like, go turn that fucking furnace off.
You got mad at me.
I was fucking.
I was like working. I was in school at the time, so I was working on something, trying to hand an assignment, and I was like, no, I can't do. Like, man, I just got to finish this, and he just got mad.
And I was like trying to get the podcast ready, and I was pissed off because I was trying to get something.
And I was early on, so we're still like learning the process of like the technology.
And I was like, Wacey, would you turn the fucking breaker off? Because the fridge was making noise, and it was loud because I don't know what we were recording with, but it was.
Do you want what's been a big
we
help?
got over it.
Yeah, it's never been one of those things that we've never held a grudge against each other. It's like anything, like we're two different people and whatever, so you're gonna butt heads no matter what. But there's always been it's always been resolved, and there's never been anything big. But for me, I think one of the biggest things that's helped, I think, in like our like working relationship is me moving out. Me expanding to the downtown division. It's one of those things, right? Like the one like the summer of 2019, like I worked for Ted full time, which is great. Like I really enjoy the work.
We had a good summer.
I enjoy the work that I do, but like you live with somebody, you work with somebody, you spend a lot of time with somebody, you're eventually gonna butt heads.
We were basically married,
and there's gonna be some tension for sure. Right?
I saw Wacey more than I saw Storm that year.
Yeah. So I mean, it's one of those things where I think that's been for me, anyways. I kind of reinvigorated me on my I don't want to say effort, but like my like buy into everything. Like I think I was at a point where I was just like,
you're like fuck Ted.
I was just
fuck
like fuck. Like it's just been like I can't get fucking away from this guy. But it's again, it's one of those things. I think that was just a matter of we've spent a lot of time together. So, but no, it's been good. It's been cool, man. It's been quite the journey, and I think it's like strengthened our relationship too as like friends and stuff. We've been through a lot through this whole thing with it. Yeah.
Not too long ago, it expanded into the brand being beyond a podcast. When was each of you? I want to know. I think we've had this conversation, or you've told this story. There might be a this summer reference, but the point in which you saw Cowboy Shit in the wild and went, okay, because I mean, you guys hand a couple hats out to friends and stuff when you see friends when it's one thing, but when it's in the wild, you get that moment of like, God fucking damn it,
dude, I've had so many oh shit moments like that this summer. It's been crazy, dude. Like, I think I told you guys on their group chat there, like I was at the football game in Saskatchewan, and I literally had like 3 or 4 people come up to me and be like, "Are you Wacey from Cowboy Shit?" I'm like, yeah. And it's like, wow. And the one guy, like, it like made his day. He's like, dude, like this made my day. I listened to all your episodes. It's like, man, like I really appreciate that so much, but you do not need to be like that. Like we're just a bunch of guys, you know? And like
just a couple guys being dudes.
Yeah, just a couple guys being dudes. Like TB Creek could happen and Ted at Lethbridge, and it's cool. It's cool to see people get behind it, you know? Exactly. When we started it, I don't think that was ever the intention. And when I hear people like say like they listen to the show, I'm so surprised. I'm like, that's really cool. Like I don't push the podcast on any of my friends or people around me. It's like a lot of people just listen because they enjoy listening, which is really cool.
The first time I remember seeing it in the wild, it was like pretty back to back. I think it was like almost one of the last days of Stampede, and I don't really venture out around too much. But I mean, I think I saw it on the screen a couple times, like people had hats and I saw it on the screen. But I remember seeing it at one point during the Stampede this year, which was some of the first like real public outings, because I had never seen it in the wild before, like this year at the Stampede, and we'd already done it for over a year, almost a year. But we were walking. I was driving down 25th Ave to go home. I don't know why I went that way, but I was going back, like going home after the perf, like after the chuck wagon, like the evening perf, and I saw a lady with the green cowboy trail hoodie on, and she was going to watch the fireworks, and I was like, holy shit, that's my first time seeing it in the wild, and it was like on a lady in the like going back to the fireworks, and then
That's badass.
I told the story about right after Stampede where there was like somebody working on what was Heather Birchnell. She was working with CLS Landscape, and CLS Landscape is Mason Brookwell, who's on the Chuck Wagon committee as well. So his company working on people that are neighbors across the street from us, and turns out they know the Keddys from Grand Prairie as well. But anyways, this Heather had a Cowboy Shit sticker on the back of her truck. I was with somebody and they were like, "Wait, is that your truck?" I'm like, "No." And it was Heather and she had 2 caps on the thing. She'd bought them at the Stampede, and it was like literally the next door over. So
That's
that was
so cool.
Those are like a couple back to backs, and I've seen it more since. Met people at the show, and then got a shout out to Jake Molberg, our U.S. warehouse division. Jake and Paige. Jake was he told I think Flint one time at the NFR, it's like, if I can meet anybody here at the NFR, I want to meet Ted Stovin. And I was like, that's fucking cool.
He's a heck of a guy, man. He's a good dude. I haven't met him yet. Hopefully get to meet him this year. But even like I get like comments from friends of my friends seeing it out in the wild. They're like, "Yeah, man, I saw your hat, like guy wearing your hat or whatever," or like they'll get screenshots of somebody wearing a Cowboy Shit hat, which is it's so cool, man. It's like
I think the first place Wacey saw it in the wild was on Tinder.
I wanted to say I need to interrupt. I've seen some screenshots of Cowboy Shit in the wild in some pretty excellent places as well.
Yes. I'm not gonna
I don't mean to
deny that.
hijack the show and interview
No,
you guys,
man.
but
That's good.
Another 100 episodes. I don't know how many people have been asking you guys questions, but I know that
that's cool, man.
I know I love the
it's nice to be on the other side of it.
Yeah.
What do we need to do to make it better, Covy?
What do you guys need to do to make it better? I think you're on a really, really good track right now. You bring in different people. My girlfriend messaged me this morning about your 99th episode, and she said, "This warms my heart." It's an inclusivity, man. We're in a time in
so much division in the world.
Yeah, there's so much division in the world, and nobody can walk out and think that they're going to bring everyone together in one fell swoop. But we certainly do have to be open-minded. There's different people, there's different ways of life, and that 99th episode is straight up something that just says, I think where you guys could go with it, that would be a great improvement. Technically, I think the thing's great. You guys have turned into a pair of fucking journalists coming from one that's classically trained. And then, just the quality, keeping that quality of people up. I mean, I learned more about Breakaway Roping from Kendall Pearson a few weeks ago. and that's coming from a guy that just sits and takes a handful of pictures in their 1 to 3 second run. And I learned so much out of that. And I was scooting around Airdrie on my scooter, and I ended up doing an extra lap of the city because I wanted to just finish the Best Plug episode the other day. Just hearing about his career and from his point of view, and you both have such a good inside look into the sport, both having competed and now working in the business side of it. That the insights you bring people is fantastic, and that's what I enjoy about the show. So, but the question I wanted to ask was, what's another 100 from now? What does Cowboy Shit look like at episode 200 when we're sitting here drinking Circle 4 Enterprises
some ranch beverages
once they with our very finely trimmed bushes from Manscaped.
Yeah, Manscaped
never look better.
we'll be at the lawnmower 8.0 by
There'll be a laser by then.
So what do you think Cowboy Shit looks like at episode 200?
Wacey, you start.
For me, I hope we can just keep growing it, man, and keep giving people access to people that they never generally wouldn't have when it comes to the show, and keep expanding it to the where we get to go do some live experiences and some engagement and kind of just bring kind of a new thing to the sport. There's not a lot of people doing it, especially up here. We're one of the few. And then I think we're taking it outside of just the podcast has been really really important. Like what Ted and Storm did, starting the clothing brand, that was a risky move, being in the middle of a pandemic, but it's turned out to be one of the things that's helped the brand grow. And doing some more content at events and
TikTok.
Wait. You mean coming up to me while I'm editing photos at Cody Snyder's bull busting with your mini mic, asking me questions, and I am out to fucking lunch.
Well, it's just stuff like it's a different look at the sport for people who may not have that access, right? And I think the more we can do that, the better off we're going to be in the end, right? So I'd like to see, for me, I see us just doing more of that, kind of taking it to the next level, like Cowboy Shit Live. Basically, Ted and I have talked about it a lot. I'd love for that to just be the thing. We go around, we engage your audience, we get people involved, we give people access to stuff they don't generally have access to, and then just being advocates for the Western way of life and Western lifestyle.
I have to back that up. That's what I value about my position in the sport, is that ability to just go and tell a little bit different of the story. Everyone gets to see 8 seconds in the arena and things like that, but not everyone gets to see what the rest of it looks like. And you guys have that exact respect and access to this sport. So I think, man, Cowboy Shit Live, where you just roll your way into the Calgary Stampede dressing rooms of the Bull Riders and sitting with them guys and hearing some of the stories they'd tell to you and sitting in those moments. Yeah. That'd be a badass way forward, I think.
I guess I would say, so today is September 10th, 2022, and
2021.
Sorry, 2021. And we started on December 3rd or 2nd, 2017. Mm-hmm. So it's already been almost 4 years. So it'll be another almost 4 years till we're back. So it'll be 2025 by the time we get to 200 if we continue to do this until then at this pace.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 4 more years. I'll be 35. Wacey will be 32 or 3.
I'll be 32.
32.
Probably turning 33.
33 later that year.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm old.
So for me, in that long, I expect myself to be further into the announcing side of things, the commentating, and with Wacey and I going to these shows and doing these live events, as you'll see this fall is the plan. I want to build my brand. I want to build Wacey's brand. As we're Ted and Wacey, but I want it to be Ted Stovin and Wacey Anderson. And we're Cowboy Shit, and I want to build it that way and build our
personal brands.
I want to help build our personal brands as well, and have Storm be the character, and have Shaun be part of the crew, as we're doing this. And I think it's bigger guests moving forward. Not that we don't have great guests right now, but I really have some goals in the entertainment business, and really I want to dive further into the movie side of things as well. I think there's a lot of neat cowboy shit on that side of things between the folks that we know in the stunt side of the business and the folks we know. Mm-hmm. We don't really know them, but on the actor side, there's people love Western stuff, and people love cowboy shit that don't even have to be involved in it. So I see us being, like Wacey said, more of the live events, more of our personalities going forward. Wacey could be a super big time TikTok guy by then. I don't expect myself to be, but I can see myself doing it in the arena on that side of it. So that's what I can see, and a lot more merchandise in more places by that point. We're busting into the U.S. this winter and going to move forward from there. But
I'm more like licensing deals, like that the deal we got with the Shaun Frontier Days is really cool.
Yeah,
that's a big deal for us.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have touched on it. I'm not completely up to date on our lovely podcast that I'm boasting with you guys, but you haven't talked about how that deal come together.
Cheyenne?
That seems
my
like
friend Stu Pearson. So Stu and I met. We both work with the Wrangler Network, and Stu is friends with a man by the name of Randy Rhodes, and Randy runs the store at Cheyenne. So Stu brought him some hats. Then they ended up on the Cheyenne Frontier Days president's desk. He really liked them. They took him to an event. We're giving a couple away because I sent Stu a few that we had in the U.S. and the original deal kind of didn't work out, but I sent some to Stu and David. But Stu hooked up with Cheyenne. He lives in Cheyenne. So next thing I know, I get on the phone with Randy. He runs the Cheyenne Frontier Days store and all the merchandising. He's like, "Hey, gonna need some more of those hats." I think he bought 120 the first round, and he got the Cheyenne red, white, and black, and he was impressed. We got them in time. So I literally did it about 5 weeks away from the rodeo. We just ordered them up and got them done for him. So yeah.
What does that mean to you? That's
Cheyenne. Well, it was a pretty awesome way to start.
Man, that was crazy. I couldn't seeing that logo on the side of one of our hats was super neat, man.
Really legitimized.
There's so much I don't know. My dad loves the Cheyenne Frontier Days. He.
I haven't even been yet either.
And it's such a cool thing.
It's one that's still on the list. I haven't been to yet.
Yeah.
I didn't talk to you guys about it, but we had something here, and I come over and you were wearing it, and I just remember you turning your head, and everybody knows that logo in this sport, and I'm just is this guy going full weirdo and putting extra shit on his hats, his ball caps? Is that a hat patch? No, that is my exclusive built for them deal. That is way cool.
I think that's a door opening thing, the foot in the door. We do more stuff with more places like that, and I think part of it for me too is it's showing that the cowboy shit, and like it's more of an essence than like
the
way it's a lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like our conversations, like cool, like Courtney DeHoff and like Jadea was really cool, and like all those people. Like there's more to being cowboy than just the way you dress and that kind of stuff. It's more of an essence than an appearance, right?
I like it. Thanks, Covy.
Yeah,
thanks, brother.
Let's get back to the party, okay?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
In the arms of a lover, in the arms of your son, you lay your breath heavy on not anyone. Won't you stay for a while? Won't you rest yourself? You know it ain't such a shame to have lost yourself. You know it ain't such a shame to have lost yourself.
Okay,
Storm
so
prefers to be on top.
our final.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was bad.
We are recording right now.
Oh gosh.
That was on tape. You're welcome, Shaun.
Yeah.
Okay, our last caller. That's how we're gonna play this. Our last caller. Very special caller into the show. She's not even a caller. She's just here.
She's here.
I'm just here.
She just happens to be here. It's not like she lives here or anything.
How do I introduce?
All
how do
the
I introduce
way.
her?
She's our chief operating officer. She is our social media coordinator. She's our graphic designer.
Yes.
She's our copywriter. She
yes
is our handler.
Yeah.
She's
my
our
babysitter.
videographer. She's babysitter. The list goes on and on. It's a never-ending list. Basically, without Storm, this doesn't happen.
Yeah, there would be no cowboy shit without Storm Dafoe.
It wouldn't. Well, and it wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't be scaled the way it has been, because
no, not at all.
Like we're all busy. Like it's hard to keep up with social media.
Storm is
and,
busy.
do a good job of. Like, yeah, we're all busy. Like it's hard to keep up with all that stuff, and Storm still finds a way to make our stuff awesome. So
yeah,
without her, we'd be fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Right, fucked, bad.
So without her, we'd be fucked. Please welcome to the show.
We'd be straight fucked, bad.
Herbert, hailing from Herbert,
the pride.
Yeah, the pride of Herbert, Saskatchewan. Storm Dafoe.
That was quite the introduction.
What's up?
You like that?
I did. Thanks.
So what's up?
Not much. Ted and I just ate some pizza. I mean, you ate pizza
I'd
too.
pizza. It's good.
Safeway pierogi pizza. I was gonna make corn chowder, but I didn't feel like it today. I was tired.
So you've been with us since what? Like how long now?
Oh yeah, Storm.
Basically
You weren't in the beginning.
You weren't the OG. You weren't in the beginning.
I arrived on the scene in, I guess, November of 2018.
So I've been like about a year in.
Almost a year in, yeah.
Which is probably why our social media stuff significantly got better after that first year.
Yep.
But so you've been through the
entire business.
You've been through the thick of it with us.
I have been through the thick of it with you guys.
Thick end.
So how is that? How have you enjoyed that part of it? Has it been enjoyable? Or some days you want to smash our heads against the wall? Like where do you stand on that part of it?
For the most part. Smash your heads against the wall or smash my head against the wall?
Both. It's probably both.
No, most days I love it. Some days I want to smash Ted's head against the wall. Probably the most. But no, it's great. It's been, and especially the last year. I mean, I really wasn't involved in this capacity until we launched the merch line in 2020. So the last year has kind of been
a whirlwind in a sense.
Yeah.
Well, and talk about that, because you guys took a big risk in launching the clothing brand when you did on the front. Like we were in the middle of a pandemic, people aren't working. Like it was a calculated risk, but it was definitely a risk.
Yeah, we only spent $2,500 the first time we bought stuff.
Yeah.
Now we spent like 100,000, but originally it wasn't as.
Originally it wasn't really that big.
Yeah.
Honestly, my expectations were to like make a couple $100 a month, maybe pay for date night, and then that was gonna kind of be the extent of it. And now it's grown into a bit of a beast that takes up a fair amount of our time. And it's a wonderful problem to have. I'm extremely thankful for everybody who has supported us, our stores, our friends, all the people who watch the show, all the people who follow us on social media. Like these are all wonderful and people that I'm very thankful to have in our lives now. But it has turned into certainly more than I had expected.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Like we almost at the point you're going to hire an intern.
Ted and I have been talking about that recently.
We also might need some space. Our house is getting very full of stuff.
Hey, if you guys need an office, I know a guy.
Yeah, I don't know if we need an office. We need space.
Like a warehouse.
We need a warehouse. That's what we need worse.
I don't know any guys.
We don't need corporate yet. We just need a warehouse.
Yeah.
But no, it's cool. It's pretty cool. It's cool to see how it's grown. Like we talked with a bunch of people who've called in today. Just like you see the merch everywhere, and like our social media is growing. We have people reaching out to us to work with us, which is really cool on that front, right?
Yeah, it's pretty wild how far we've come in a year. And you know what? I think about this often, how many brands fall flat in the first year of their.
Well, it's either like you start up and you kind of battle and keep going and pushing through, or a lot of companies just kind of taper off, right?
Yeah. And so we're incredibly fortunate to have done as well as we have. And I mean, that's obviously due to the people that are in our corner, like
Ted, Shaun and Covy and
it's a collective. Like we all, it's
whole crew.
We're all pulling on the same
and
rope.
Bill,
Bill the Pono guy, he's a lifesaver. It's one of those things where I think we all see the common goal, and it's easy for us to buy in, like there's buy-in, which is good. And without that, you wouldn't get to this point.
No.
And you wouldn't. And there's potential for more growth, right? There's like we got stuff coming down the pipe with Montana Silversmiths, like what we did with the China Frontier Days this year.
Yeah,
there's a lot of cool stuff, right?
Going to Dallas in January.
Yeah,
that's really sweet. That.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff happening.
Maybe the NFR, we don't know for sure yet, but that's the plan.
We'd love to be there.
Yeah, hope to. Might be a little bit late, but we'll work on it.
So I've asked this question to pretty much everybody now. What do you see next? Like where do we take this baby?
Gosh, I would like to see you and Wacey start to do.
I'm Wacey. I asked the question.
Sorry, you and Ted. You and Ted start to do. I mean, we're obviously on a trajectory to do this. Mm-hmm. The more of the live shows and kind of taking it off just online, and kind of having a presence at these shows, and start doing some of the bigger rodeos in the States where we're already doing some stuff. Ted last year did his hot stoves at the CFR. That really kicked off the live show thing. You know, we've got a bunch of stuff coming down the pipe for the fall and final season in the rodeo world, and that's really exciting. And I really think that could take off. Ted and I were talking about this the other day. There's a few personalities in the rodeo world and in the Western world who've done really well, but I don't know if there's anybody who's kind of in that talk show capacity that's really up and coming. And I think you guys could probably fill that.
There's definitely an opportunity there, right? And like, well, you and I have talked about it quite a bit too, where it's like, it'd be fun to get to the point where that's what we do. We travel around, basically carnies. Engaging people at these events, and just it's a different way of getting fans involved with the sport and the lifestyle, right?
Yeah. And I think like the podcast has been this wonderful foundation, but it's not like a huge moneymaker by any means. And as you guys move into making this kind of your something that is a monetary thing that helps you, pay your bills at the end of the day. I think that's where. What are you doing to my dogs, Ted?
Pay attention.
Ted, pay attention.
Ted, pay attention. You're being rude.
Just giving her scratches.
Anyways, I think that is where it could go. And the podcast was this beautiful foundation to something that was bigger and could actually be something that could help.
When I see that going hand in hand too, right? The more we grow our brands outside of the podcast, the more the podcast grows. It makes it easier to access guests. Ted, if you don't start paying attention,
I'm talking.
Yeah, it's being very rude.
Paying attention. I'm sorry.
You're not paying attention.
I was trying to give her a little scratch, and then she just started humping my leg.
I don't remember what I was
saying. The live shows are a huge part of where I see things going too. There's only so many opportunities though. That's the only pitfall of that is that we can only do that at like maybe Calgary, maybe a couple other ones in Canada, and then maybe a few down there. Like I don't know how many we could really do unless we're going to be like announcing all the events, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. But you know what? There's really nobody in rodeo who's doing like a true, I guess, pregame show.
Some of the Cowboy Channel stuff, they're doing a lot of that with a lot of their events.
Do you like what they're doing?
Pardon?
Do you like what they're doing?
I don't even watch the Cowboy Channel, so I can't say that I do. But I mean, like PBR has done a bit of it. They've done a bit of it at the NFR with the Wrangler Network. They do it for the Cowboy Channel pre-broadcast. Like there's some of that stuff. And like the Dale Brisbys have been on the show before for the pre-show. But I mean, I think there is opportunity. There's definitely opportunity, but I just don't know how much there is.
Right.
That's my only piece that way.
Well, let's think positively.
Yeah, no, I agree with you but like there's just not capacity for the live show and every weekend. I don't
Right,
think that's
right.
what
No,
it's gonna
no.
be.
It's gonna
be a
be
couple
it's a
weeks
large
year.
it's a large scale like event thing, like the bigger road, like the Panokas. And
Yeah.
and like
Yeah, we
even
can do it
like,
a few
or even
places.
like, and even if like we partner with like a WCRA of the world or
Yeah, we
something
can
like
do
that,
some of their
there's
stuff.
definitely and it could lead into something maybe it's a Cowboy Channel thing, maybe it's a
maybe
this, that, the other, right? Like it's just that's
Tough
like
to say.
there's different steps through that process that doors get open, the more stuff grows, right?
100%.
Sure, for sure.
Anything else?
And honestly, we didn't really see. We had no idea that the merch line was gonna do as well as it has.
Elliot, stop looking at the floor.
Well,
Fuck.
Storm, thank you.
It's been a
Thanks for everything you
slice.
do. Like I said,
Luckily, our dog came back.
we'd be
Fuck.
fucked without you.
Thanks, Storm.
You're welcome.
We
I love you both.
We love you.
I love you too. I love both of you. Goodbye.
Start crying.
Okay, we are back. Thank you once again to everyone for joining us.
That was cool.
On our 100th call-in show. What a time.
That was really cool. I know we kind of came up with the idea like real last minute.
Oh yeah,
and
very
I
last minute.
came into it. I didn't know what to expect.
Yep.
And I'm pleasantly surprised with how awesome that was. It was great.
Went over really
Got
well.
to talk to some cool people, have some laughs.
Yeah,
kind of
thanks
go over
to
some stuff from
everyone
from the process.
Everyone that called in, it was a treat, real treat.
It was
to
awesome. Yeah.
Have everyone join in. That was a lot of fun.
That was good. It's cool to see the support. It's
yeah, been a great time. Wacey, we had a couple things we want to get to here before the end of the 100th show. There's two things.
Yeah, I want to start off with revisiting our definitions of cowboy shit. I know it's been 100. It's been 4 years basically since we did the first one, and I just wanted to see maybe what would your definition be now after 100 people we've talked to and your own.
We did not listen to them back again, but I don't think it's probably changed much. I still think that cowboy shit is it's a feeling. It's a what do you say? It's and I still have trouble defining it, which is ridiculous too. But it's a lifestyle as much as it's a way of being. I think is the most simple way to put it. Cowboy shit is a way of being, which is a true way to live, an honest, full self, I guess, and being, not being afraid to step out of our comfort zone and kind of go and do and take what we want and being respectful along the way. I think that's as clean as I can put it right now.
For me, it's been a few people we've asked have said it. It's like it's an essence, It's more than just like it's more than just an appearance or whatever. It's a way of life, like you say. It's everything you do, like the people you talk to, the way you treat people, the way you work, like how much work you put in, and not being afraid to take risks and not being scared to fail. Like
100%.
That's part of it, right? So, and just like I mentioned when we talked to Brett, just not being scared to send it. Like that's kind of like no matter what when you compete at rodeo or like if you're out ranching or whatever you may be doing, like you just gotta do it, man. Just let it go and be a good person along the way. I think that's a big thing ties into that, where it's just treat your people that are around you respectfully, and people that you meet, like look them in the eye and be a good person. So I think I don't know if mine's changed at all, but I like the word I don't like the word essence around it.
Yeah, that's a good way to.
It's more of just it's an essence, and it's more than there's so many layers to it than just one thing, right?
I don't love the word lifestyle as much as I like the essence.
Yeah,
and a philosophy. Storm with the killer words again. Philosophy.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Well,
I like essence though, and a way of being.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, last question. The next couple of shows here, we've got some guests lined up. 101 is Keith Ryan Cartwright. We're going to talk about his new book on the way. He's coming up in the next couple of weeks, as well as the last show of October. We've got Chris Lane from the Canadian Western Agribition. Going to have some cool news in the next couple shows to share that way. Then I'm just going to go ahead and call it. I'm going to get JB Mooney lined up for our NFR show. I want to talk to him just before he goes to NFR. I hope we can get that lined up, but I'm going to get a hold of him right here and put him on for NFR. That leaves us 2 shows in November to fill. Maybe only one. I don't know, but
we'll get dialed in.
But those are the next few shows. That's what I'm planning. We just want to keep her. We're just going to keep her going until we decide we don't want to do it. But for now, we're just going to keep rocking.
So we're 100 shows in.
Yeah.
What's a goal? Like what's the number one thing you want to see? Or like what's something that you want to work towards with this whole deal?
Well, I think we talked about it with somebody on the show. I think it was Covy, where he asked us like that kind of a similar question. And I think that I think we go further into the entertainment side of things. Like I want to talk to some of the movie guys and the what do you call it? Like the folks in the movie business on the Western side of it. Like if it's Tommy Lee Jones or if it's a Robert Duvall or, on the entertainment side, like we just lost Norm Macdonald recently. I want to talk with a guy like Adam Beach, guy from Saskatchewan. I think Brent Butt from Corner Gas might be a cool guest.
Tisdale, Saskatchewan.
Yeah, right. I think some of the folks in
the
entertainment side of things, I think we can mix that into the
cool connections
to the bull riding, rodeo, Western side of things. Brad Wall's a guest I want to get on the show, but hockey side, love to see Wayne Gretzky. Maybe we got to put him on number 199. I don't know.
I might have to. That'd be awesome.
What about you, Wace? What are you thinking? Otherwise, I guess just keeping it consistent. I want to put a show out every 2 weeks. A professional show that's, like I said, educational, entertaining, and full of exaggeration, I guess, like you said. The 3 E's of Cowboy Sh.
The 3 E's. That's like live and die by it.
Yeah. What about you, Wace?
I just want to keep growing the brand. I think it's really cool, like where we've taken it so far, and we've experienced a lot of growth over the past few months, and just kind of. I love what you and Storm do with like dropping new merch every season, and I think if we can keep doing that and getting more out there and kind of taking it to the next level, like going to more events, kind of getting our feet wet in the States would be kind of cool, and just kind of maybe partnering with some cool brands moving forward. Now we got a bit of a platform we can use. I think that would be really fun moving forward. And I guess on the guest front of things, I'd love to talk to Carey Price. He's being both of us being hockey guys and being goalies. He's kind of the guy when it comes to that sort of thing. So I'm really, we'd really love to have a conversation with him and just talk about his way, like how he grew up and all that kind of stuff. And obviously his hockey career and his involvement with the Western lifestyle would be pretty neat to share with some people. Once a guy gets past like the fanboying part of it.
Might take a while.
Well, it'd be good. Yeah. That's kind of it, man.
All right.
100 episodes.
100 episodes. What karaoke would you?
Well, before we wrap up here, there's one more quick shout out to our friends at Circle 4 Beverage Company. We love you guys. You're awesome. Great drinks. Check them out. circle4beverages.com.ca. And then also our friends at Manscaped get 20% off free shipping worldwide with code HugeBush at Manscaped. That's 20% off free shipping with code HugeBush at Manscaped.com. Make your balls a priority this fall. Choose Manscaped. Your balls will thank you.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Oh, nice.
Episode 100. Thanks for being with us this long. I'm Ted Stovin. He's Wacey Anderson.
This is fucking the best one.
Wow. See you next one.
You need me, call me. No matter where you are, no matter how far.
You should have got you, babe. Or what's the one? Sunny and Cher. It's like.
You don't have to worry. Oh, baby, there ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no river low enough. Ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, baby.